horizon, the charts are bold. Daily bands rapping stories untold. Riding with rockets through your AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rockets through the AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Treading the pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trains of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rockets, scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with your AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, tracking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in awe, it's blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, friends? Good morning and welcome to the live stream. Bye, friends, traders, family, welcome. Been a lovely evening. Did you guys have a good night? Welcome, Simon Dean, Wild Samurai, Farina, Matt Evans, Ryan Patrick, Fitzpatrick, Joseph, Shannon, EB, Vignesh. Market dumped and rallied. Yeah, looks like the market is up again. We're almost at all-time highs pre-market. S&P looking nice. Victor, what's up? Matt Evans, what's up? Lucas, Ryan, Frezzy. Put that cowboy hat on Pickle. I need to get a little one for him. One that's the right size. Pickle size. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Golfing DJ? What's up, Abe? What's up, Victor? Ian, Peter, Shara, Farina. All right, and everyone else reading the comments. Is it too late to join the bootcamp? No, it's not. Yesterday was just the intro class. Today's where the juice starts flowing today. Today is all the position sizing class and prop firm position sizing. Good morning, everybody. This morning, pump. What's going on here? Oh my word. What? I can't even explain this. This market is just, it's just running up 60 something, 80 points while we're sitting here waiting for market to open. All right, let me get my dynamics written on here. Yesterday, I was excited to see the market fall down to my pivot. I didn't get that end of the day bounce like we wanted. We got it now. That's the trade. All right, let's go ahead and what on earth is going on here? Okay, let me get the dynamics shown on the chart. These are from our Discord, you guys. Hold on. Okay, get this going here. The dynamic levels from Discord. I'm just gonna do the orange one. Is going to be from the new model 250068. Oh yeah, it sees my trailing down. We didn't even get close to it last night. And 6772. No, we did on S&P. Look how beautiful that pivot is. Oh, she's so pretty. Pretty girl. All right. Have a dynamic tool here. Dang it. Let me get this all prepared here. I use a little ruler like this so I can measure just how far the move has happened, so I can quickly do R&R. Like if I say this span and like this, it's quicker to read the numbers here than it is to like look over here on the side. I can look at that and go, oh, that's 26 points or 25 points or whatever it is. All right, so Nasdaq has moved. Do this also on the right side. I repurposed the useless fib tool into something useful. So it's 120. Okay. Okay. A 120 point rip there. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one. Okay. Turn it out. All right, guys, welcome to the live trading stream. I am excited. IDOC is around. Tyler, what happened? What did she do? Did she ban him? She likes to ban people. Welcome to the stream, guys. I'm gonna hit the like button. We're getting ready to get rolling. Greg calling that 50-point drop in market close. Just say thank you. Yeah, that's pretty on point, right? Pretty good. So okay, so the PW challenge, here's what I didn't know this. I messed up the rules here. I thought there's a daily loss limit. It ends up there's an end of the day drawdown. So while I was up 25, 28,000, whatever by the end of the day, the next night, as I'm trading aggressively, I hit 5,000 down, and that actually flubbed the account. So I gotta reset and start over. I didn't know that was end of the day drawdown. Found that out the hard way. I was like, well, I'll just take the daily loss limit, because to get in first place, you have to go aggressive. Somebody with 60K, I don't care to get second or fifth or 10th. I need to get it hard. So I had to hit the second trade, and I was like, well, I'll just hit the DLL, and if it doesn't, I'll just hit it the next day. Nope. DLL is not what it is. It's end of the day drawdown that doesn't hit a buffer, which is weird. Like, end of the day drawdown always buffers at the starting point, every single freaking account. So, well, I didn't bust. I'm up $22,000 in profit. Just got disqualified from the tournament. So, well, not disqualified. I got to reset and start over. But that's what end of the day drawdown account does that. You always have a buffer once you pass to the 0 point. At least I thought so, but whatever. Yeah. So what was it? By the end of the day, it was up 28. And then went down to 22, and then it's like, well, it failed. I assumed, and then Pat, I asked Pat, and Pat goes makes an announcement out there. He's like, by the way, blah, blah, blah. I was like, so anyways, didn't blow up, but hit the drawdown, stupid. So I got to trade it again. So I got to have another aggressive trade. That first trade so here's the new strategy. That first trade has to be aggressive enough to make it. So 30K the first trade, and then float it the rest of the 4 days. So it's trailing, but most end of the day drawdowns, what they do is as soon as you draw down, as soon as your profit equals your drawdown, then usually it becomes static at the 0 point. This is normal at every end of the day drawdown. It's the same way with Tradeify, it's the same way with my fund of futures, the same way with fund index, everybody. It stops at 0, and then you just build buffer. That's what I thought I was doing. I'm like, I'm gonna build a buffer and then work it up, and it's like, no, it trails with you the whole fucking time. So that's pretty sucky. But I mean, whatever, it's just one day. Look, I won the ETF tournament starting 2 weeks late. I got a new strategy now to get around that, so we're gonna work on that. What the fuck is going on with this opening move? Save some for the market. Oh my God, save some for market opens. Can you just stop that? Give me something from the market opens. Don't just give it all to us now, pre-market. Look at that short squeeze, man. London said F you to New York session. Oh yeah, 100%. Market did the same thing. Yeah, so I wasn't clear on the rules. No, there's no end of the day drawdown at any prop firm that doesn't become a static once you hit the once your drawdown is realized in profit, then it stops at 0. In this case, it trails with you even $30,000 up. So kind of silly. I can't begin to tell you what's going on here. So, but they let you reset, so I can just reset and start over. Which is just 1 day loss, which is fine. But I didn't bust. It just it's up. I was up like 22,000 or something by the end of the day. It's to stop people from YOLOing every single day. Well, that's absolutely true. Yeah. But in a trading contest, I wasn't going to reveal my strategy, but that is the strategy on these kind of contests, is you have to build a big fat buffer day 1 and then coast it day 2, 3, and 4, and 5. But the problem is they don't let you play with the buffer. You can't sit and draw down. The appropriate type of contest is just to let it be a static and forget the trailing drawdown. Let people YOLO. Let people YOLO with a 2 contract limit. That's the way you host a contest to prevent YOLOing. You just limit the contract size. Simple as that. So you wouldn't have 10 contracts, but then loss limit. But it's been fun. It's been fun. So all I have to do is reset it for today and then try to work a big profit for today. Which is just 1 day lost. Come on. I saw the one person up 60K. I was like, oh, I got some ground to make up. All right. Man, what an awesome pre-market move here. Bum, 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 bum. Look at this, man, like pre-market just Run up rally, huge gap up today. Even in the last, oh geez, like the last 30 minutes, the Nasdaq is up over 100 points. You gotta love this bull market, baby. Although it sucks to not get like, you know, give us the juice. When the market's open. That's all I gotta say. All right, friends, how's it going? Okay, I'm ready to get started here. Market has just freaking surged up pre-market. Let me get all my stuff here. The strong data-driven week this week. Big drop at the open. It's possible. Let me load everything up here. Let's talk about pre-market. What's up, guys? I hate waking up to see like most of the move happening, and I would love to get some of this when the market actually opens. All right, this week. So going on today. Nothing really big on the news front today. Nothing big on Wednesday. Thursday's a jobs report and everything, which is pretty normal. Your Thursday continuing jobless claims, initial jobless claims, and then Friday we finally get the non-farm payrolls and everything. So that's the big dog coming up. Other than that, pretty much a light news-driven week. Our VIX is still above contango midpoint, which is possible for big volatility. So be careful. Anything above 17, 18, the market's going to overshoot pivots and likely be crazy, like push around like this, just squeezing everybody else out. So be very cautious today. We are still not in the clear for strong liquid bull market. We are still bullish, but it's mostly fueled by short squeeze. So anything can happen, like massive pop with massive drop sort of thing, massive drop with massive pop sort of thing. 68, 71, I'm drawing my impact lines here. Oops, that was from 9. Yeah, we get that in there. Let's touch there. And looking good. There was a yellow line at 25,206. Keep that in mind. You guys go through our classes. The next one isn't for a while on NASDAQ. We'll check where the next one is on S&P. These are return pivots. So basically when you hit these levels I'm about to show you, they are usually going to be 68.36. So let me translate that over here. Resistance pivots. That could be today's run to. And the NASDAQ is 206 and 542. That's way out of bounds. Let's shut up here. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. So I got to figure out a way to make 30K in a day. Let's be smart about this. I got to be very aggressive in this account. So essentially, at the end of the day yesterday, when the leaderboard came out, I was like, oh, I'll probably in the top 4 or whatever. And then as the day progressed, the day ended and I was probably like top 20, even with 25, whatever thousand profit I had left. And so my goal was, well, everybody YOLOs the first day. I just didn't YOLO hard enough. And then so I was like, okay, overnight, I'm going to make a second trade. On that second trade, I'm going to push it harder. And I said, you know what? I'm going to let 5,000 be the DLL. If I hit the 5,000, I'll just take the loss and continue the next day. But actually what happens is in this account, the drawdown trails with you the entire time. That's not DLL. I thought it was DLL. That's distance to liquidation, not distance to daily loss. So the DLL on so the end of the day drawdown, also typically on an end of the day drawdown account, as you progress to the 0 or beyond the 0 point, once you profit your end of the day drawdown, then it usually freezes at 0 and gives you a buffer. This is how all end of the day accounts work with every prop, and for some reason Legends is not like that. The end of the day trails with you all day, every day, forever and ever, no matter if you're up 100,000 or 20,000 or a million thousands. So the thing is that you really can't scale beyond that first day. So I've got a new strategy. We're going to scale the first day. So I just reset. Now I'm going to hit this motherfucker hard, and I'm going to try to make 100K today in one account. I'm going to trade it as hard as I can full port just to see, because you can only scale that first day, and first place is like 50 something thousand. Everybody kind of peaked at about 30 and is going to have to trade it small going forward. To grow 30 with the 5K drawdown, people are going to probably close below 50. So if I can get above 50 buffer the first day, the new first day, we'll try a new strategy. You got to make the first day count. So welcome to the first day. And this is just for fun. Nobody's really being like super serious about it. But remember, there's contest mechanics. There are people that there's somebody up 60K, which I don't even know how it's possible. They could be data feed arbitrage. They could be legit. You never know. But the idea is I got to push really hard. DJ it today. We're all going to copy trade, Matt? No, don't copy trade, because I'm going to have to flip flop and long and short and go back and forth and do all kind of crazy shit. So we'll see how far I can get on the first day. That's really the most important part. On this account, yeah, I always show my balance, my P&Ls on the screen. 10 contracts all day. Oh no, you can do 15. You can actually do 15. You get the one reset only. So they sent out an email last night and said now there's unlimited resets according to the email. So now you can reset as many times as you want. So strategy's changed. We're gonna need to make 100K the first day. We're gonna need to get in first place on the first day, or else we're gonna reset anyways. If I get 30K, 40K, I'm not in first place, I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna reset every day until I'm first place on the first day. That is the new strategy. I repeat, if I don't get first place in the first day, I will reset. I don't care if I'm 40K, 30K up. First day, first place. That's the new strat. That's it. YOLO NFP. Yeah, and then that's it. Well, the thing is that you have to kind of like plan for the, you know, the contest is not just straight trading. You got to beat the people that are also kind of gaming the system in that way. Everybody that got on the leaderboard the first day was smart like I was. I didn't tell everybody my strategies. I know how this works is that you got to get on the leaderboard the first day. That's all that matters. And people are now figuring it out, and people were going out there and resetting and all this stuff. And then they were like, whatever, let's just give you guys unlimited resets because everybody seems to be doing it. So now, this is now Wall Street bets. No, but it's for fun though. The whole point about a contest is to figure out how to beat it. Not just how to trade well, but how to beat it. I could have just sat there with 20, 30,000 profit and just coasted along, but I don't want to be top 20. I'm going to be first place. Just to have fun with that, right? What a crazy fucking squeeze today. Let's get it though. Which place am I in now? Well, I reset the account, so I'm off the leaderboard. If you're just tuning in, I repeat, I took $5,000 of loss being up 28 or whatever I was up. And then that actually disqualifies you from the contest. You lose. The end of the day drawdown trails with you all the way to infinity. That I didn't know. Found out the hard way. Oh, unfortunately, it is what it is. So the idea, red candles, you can just reset your account and then full port on day one and get your 30, 40K buffer from there. And then basically the goal is you have to set your zero at about 30K to even be competitive. You can't start off at zero and slowly trade it. Everybody essentially that was smart put their balance at 30K and now they're competing at 30K with the 5K drawdown. So you're not going to be able to slow build the 30K. You got to reset and full port it. That's the strategy. That's the math. So no NFP ball shut down. That's true. That's Friday. But NFP was supposed to be last Friday, I thought. And then they knew because of shutdown. They push it to this Friday, but we're still shut down, right? Well, it's not the trade. No, BF, the traders, not the traders aren't really good. That's not, no. Contest has nothing to do with talent and trading in a prop contest. That's part of it, but it has to do with understanding the rules and playing with the rules. It's just like the prop firm itself. Prop firm has nothing to do with how talented in trading you are. It's how well you gimmick the rules. It's almost nearly impossible to get funded and go live at a prop firm without gimmicking it in some way. It's designed to squeeze you. End of the day, drawdown is not something a real trader and a real trading account is going to have. You can't take infinite risk and scale your own account the way you want. You have no matter how much money you make, you got a drawdown with you. That's not real. That's prop firm baloney. So it's not really allowing real traders to trade like really. If I make 30K the first day, I've got 30K of fat to continue to trade aggressively in a real account contest, unlimited. What it's doing is it's forcing people to bend the rules to their favorite. The mathematical way, which is what smart traders will do, which is find the mathematical way to win this, is they understand with a reset, the job is to get on the leaderboard the first day at all costs because everyone else will be doing it. It's the idea that everyone's doing it, therefore you must do it. And 30, 40 people figured out the same trick I figured out, was get on the leaderboard first day. But what I didn't know, which I should have read the rules, was that trailing drawdown didn't stay at zero once you passed it. So with that being said, I got to repeat. But basically, everybody just reset their account or move their account to 30K the first day. It's a bad design on the contest. If you want to limit YOLOing, what you need to do is you need to set the contract limit to 2. And that'll limit YOLOing. You shouldn't have a 10 contract limit with an end of the day drawdown because then that creates this. What you're dealing with now is a creation of the contest design. A lot of people with 10K contracts, end of the day drawdown with a $20 reset. People are just going to YOLO until they get on the leaderboard and then coast until the end. And hopefully they stay there. And then one mistake, they lose the whole thing, even though they're way up. So the design of the contest allows that. Instead, you should just have it be a static account with 2 contracts. That's how I'd host a contest of like proportions where I want people to do no YOLOing, right? But I mean, so with Pat's design, they want to see big numbers. You got to give big numbers. Yeah, but this is a chance to show your stuff. But the thing is that it's not designed to allow that. Unfortunately, showing your stuff is showing that you're smart enough to get on the leaderboard. That's actually showing how smart you are at figuring that out. Seeing the numbers and being like, okay, this is how I'm gonna take this contest and go. That's really the smart way you can do it, and also trading well inside of it. So, Gamma, what's up, man? Where'd you go on vacation to? Yeah, when I do the rocket scooter, if I do rocket scooter tourney, I'm gonna make it to where you nerds can't full. Obviously, they can make a static account with a $5,000 drawdown, and you get 2 contracts to trade, maybe 4. That way it's just like that. No trailing drawdown, nothing. You guys can YOLO as much as you want, scale as fast as you want. You got your first legit payout from fund to next. Let's go. Congrats. So it's weird that in they recently got rid of gold. I think that you can't trade gold in this contest anymore either because of that thing. Yeah. And also people were figuring out that you can gimmick the contract limit. It's not actually 10. So the whole point with trading contests and paper contests, I've been doing enough of them, is to teach you guys. The rule isn't just go in there and follow the rules. As I teach you in the boot camp, the rule is to skirt the rules as much as you can and get away with it. Everybody that was smart that's done a contest before knew that you can get over the 10 contract limit. So everybody that's doing it, if you're on the leaderboard, it's because you're smart and you're figuring out what to do. If you're just sitting back and following the prop firm rules, you're following the casino's rules and you're going to get squeezed. You're going to lose. You're going to fall behind. Everybody that's up there with 20, 30, 40K figured out you can trade 10 NASDAQ and then 50 micros on top of it. It's 15, not 10. But it went to Greece. Oh, nice, nice. So, no, Matt reset his account because I got to go for first place. So I got to make 100K in the first day. I've rewind the stream and I explain why I'm doing it. So I ain't going to win with 20 something K. Yeah. Well, also I hit an end of the day drawdown limit. I didn't know that was end of the day drawdown. I thought that was daily loss limit. And I thought the end of the day drawdown would sit at 0 and give you a buffer like every other prop account in the space with end of the day drawdown. Unfortunately, it trails with you to infinity. So with that being said, no matter how far up you are, if you lose 5K, you're done. And so since I'm trying to go for first place, I got to hit those trades hard. 5K is pretty, I thought I had plenty of room to, you know, to play with the trade and cost average in, but I hit 5K and it's like, you're DQ'd. I was like, what the heck? Did I try 20 or 30 more? I was unable to do, like, it doesn't let you, when you're in that NASDAQ max contract, it doesn't let you trade any other S&P nothing. You can trade NASDAQ and NASDAQ micros. So the idea, so basically the max position I was ever able to squeeze into is 15. So 10 minis and 50 micros. So we'll see how today goes. You got to do NQ and gold. You can't trade gold anymore. They won't let you do gold. They took it out of the contest. I'll test it real quick. Oh, I can do gold. What the hell? Okay. Oh, I don't. I thought they said they took it out. Okay, what does GC look like? Gold's been rallying too. All right, if I was like, is gold been trading with the index, I guess? Are people longing gold and shorting the index? What's the plan here? So you can trade gold. Interestingly enough, you can add gold to it. Holy shit. Okay, I guess you can scale this pretty heavy. Just go long on gold. Just long gold, right? All right. Dude, this gold chart, ridiculous. That's probably how that person got 30, 40K, whatever. Gold is just like a no pullback thing. Up and up and up and up and up. Gold looking solid. What's the max position size you can do? So is there micro gold? I don't want to gimmick it too hard. I want to kind of honestly get on there. Let's be real. I'm gonna try to just do NASDAQ and nothing else. MGC, okay. It's not, the contest is no longer just out trade the people trading. The contest is outwin the clever people that are figuring the rules out. So you have to be clever yourself. You can't just straight win this. And you know me, I'm not happy being in 10th place or 12th place. So it's and the whole thing is for fun anyways. It's just a community event. Everybody's talking behind the scenes, just laughing about like, okay, what are you gonna do tomorrow? And we're all kind of like, as a dust settler, everybody's like, dang, I'm up 30, I'm up 20, and we're all like, okay, so what's gonna happen? Everybody, like a lot of people found out last night the hard way that the end of the day drawdown doesn't stop at 0. It trails with you. So then everybody's like, okay, well now I'm gonna reset and try it different. We got 4 days left to see you can get there at the end. So no, it is a very unrealistic contest. But the whole point is that it's for fun. So it's like nobody's reputation is at stake. You guys all know that I'm a great trader and all these other guys are good. It doesn't matter to me. Y'all know I got 4th place the first day. That's all that matters. So we'll leave it at that. Now we're gonna go for 1st place. We gotta start all over. And we gotta make 100K the first day. Let's go. All right. Market's about to open, you guys. You're ready to go. All right. All right. How are we gonna roll this first one? Gold just keeps going up and up and up and up. That 4,000 limit in gold, man. Okay. And we're off. Resilience is positive. Greater market, we talked about yesterday in the boot camp. Greater market's gonna be very important for today. Greater market, we have the DD ratio, we have MHP on spot, and we have monthly maps coming out. Nice little dip to tap half gap there. The market is trying to hold half gap. Wait for liquidity maps to come through. Guys, do me a favor, smash that like button, friends. We're getting ready to go. And we are off. Market's trying to move pretty quick towards half gap. It is trying to support that and go. But now with negative resilience, this could be a possible gap fill. So keep in mind that could possibly come down all the way down to here. There is no A+ setup on NASDAQ until all the way down at the zones at the bottom. S&P, same setup. S&P is opening BLU, which basically long at the open on S&P is the only setup that you do have today. If it does hold, come on, drawing tool. Oh my gosh. My drawing tool's frozen. I think my drawing tool has this like conflict with my freaking stream encoder. Okay, looks like it's possible to fill the gap. It might be pullback day again today. If we hold at the open, the market's gonna rally. Let's see it. That's the only trying to draw the setup here. If we hold it open, it just keeps going. Where's my damn drawing tool? There it is. All right, setups today. If we hold open, then it goes to DD band, just like yesterday. If resilience is negative, like it is, it's possibly a gap fill. So S&P's resilience is positive. It wants to move. NASDAQ doesn't want to move. So we're kind of in a conflicting state where one is going up and one is not. We're going to wait for that to develop a little bit. And as long as we support at the open, it's a nice little trickle up play. Same as yesterday. Pretty easy peasy rally. I don't want to take this B+ setup. Greater market DD ratio greater than half. We're above MHP, and monthly maps are certainly bullish. I don't have to look, but I'll look just to show you guys. I'm going to avoid the B setup and wait for some A, just like it's been. The market's volatile enough that I might get that dip by one again, just like I did 2 trading sessions ago. Remember Friday, I just waited for the market to dip to my level. That's all I want to see today. So talk about yesterday in boot camp, greater market, right? Everything is bullish. 70% of days are going to be green. We are in the light gray right here. So we are in a bullish monthly map, which is good. Keep an eye out on resilience levels. Nasdaq is 30 now. S&P is 30. All indicators look pretty solid and positive for our rally. I am not taking the B setup and long it open. Instead, I'm going to wait for some A pluses. B setup is from here to there. B is roughly like a 60%er. B plus because resilience is positive. So half gap support, close support is good. S&P, these are all pivots to trade up in. Hedge pressure is an A setup right out the door. And we do have the confluence support makes it an A. All right. Could be a nice big rally up from here. I'm gonna avoid taking the B setup for whatever reason. It kind of just this short squeeziness has got me a little alarmed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait. Okay, I'm absolutely gonna wait for some of the A pluses down in here. I do want to see some better stuff. I can always throw a contract long on this open to go, and I'm like, do I want to wait for the A pluses down in here? A plus, all down in here. A plus, all down in here. And so whether it just keeps sort of like trickling higher and higher and higher and just that slow trickle day and then ultimately get some kind of move like that. Okay, but the proper trade right now is to long at the blue on hedge pressure. That's the only setup that we do have, and I'm gonna actually not do it yet. These kind of feel a little off. All right, time to get on that leaderboard today again. You ain't first place or last place. That's the rule. This pre-market squeeze up was fantastic. I was watching that thing. I'm all getting ready, like making my breakfast and everything, and looking at my phone. I'm like, what is going on? Right, I sat down. Okay, so it is trying to move higher. Positive resilience is a gap fill predictor. So we have gapped up. We're likely to maintain the gap. Best case scenario today is that it does dive to here. Yesterday's close is going to be really strong support to go forward. If we do break through here, this is a move up, like basically way up for the day. This squeeze being realized as hard as it is mind blowing. And I love this bull market. Problem is not every day is going to be the easiest trades up. So, and since there's volatility, I'm going to wait for it. See how that short squeeze is just pushing so hard. No trades yet. Both heading higher, no downside, nothing really bearish today. If it does fall, I would be very surprised. Let me remove these little tools here. I don't need that anymore. Okay, nice and bullish today. Let's see a rip. Ba-da-bum. And yeah, we have Fed speakers all day, every day today. Yep. So what I'm doing is I'm watching the resilience number for any changes to see what the stocks are doing. And honestly, this is just looking healthy and bullish like always. This is a BLU setup 1B. Open blue open is the trade, which is just this little leg right here. This is just tiny little between these two lines. So this leg is the 1B. The 1A is the support here up to next resistance. And with this amount of short squeeze and VIX above contango midpoint, I'm not in any hurry to plant a small long to let it go. Days like this, we open what I call a flat open, even though it's moved a lot. It's still a flat open on S&P. Anything less than 10 points, I kind of like allow the market to span some distance before I try to make a trade on it. This is the first time I've seen a gold chart in a while. This gold is looking crazy. So B plus there, B plus here. B pluses are ones that are like, I say like my 60%, slightly better than a coin flip. Highly probable that we do support here and continue to go higher. But in all honesty, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a break there, a ride to there, and then the A plus is the best setups. So if today decides to sell off today, we're all the way down here, then I've got some great trades to take. This, if this is the move, this is like that sort of like move that does this, that just kind of like does this all day. This is that paint dry market that we've seen for the like last 2 weeks. Don't want to see that. I want to see some momentum. I want to get in and out with some 30-minute trades. You know what I mean? So inside of here, while the pressure and power is to the long side, I'm actually going to forego it for now and just wait and see. It is looking like it's going to go up though. I don't feel like it's selling off. I don't really feel like it's going to do anything. But if it does, I've got some room to play on this one. That overnight sort of like squeeze up like this, that was kind of sucked. That's a lot of the juice I wanted to see for the rest of the trading day, but unfortunately you wake up and it's already been given out. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes to develop and then decide if I just want to chunk a small long at it or not. It would be S&P today. That'd be the one. It'd be better. S&P has two supports here to look really great. And let me look while I'm waiting here. Let me look at some of the stocks just to double check. Let's first check the VIX liquidity map, see if VIX looks okay. VIX is bullish, but not near any pivots, which is possible warning sign, but not dire warning. Nothing's crazy yet. Nvidia bull long up at the open. Nvidia and Nasdaq exactly the same. So we'll keep an eye on Nvidia today because they're going to mirror each other. Apple, again, gap up with no pivots nearby. Everything's bullish. Amazon bullish with no pivots nearby. It's kind of the same story across all the tech. Microsoft, hedge pressure bullish from 527.5. Meta, 715. Tesla, bullish with no pivot nearby. Everything's exactly the same. Gapping up, bullish with no pivot nearby. Google on the edge. There could be something there. Almost regret not grabbing half gap, but res was negative at that moment, so I didn't do it. And we are going to chill and we are going to wait. Let's wait for something good. Patience, baby, is all that matters. Patience and wait for something good. That open support's pretty strong. Those wicks. Market's loving its wicks. B plus to the top. On the long side, B plus on the dip. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. Actually, maybe I'll scalp the close. I'll trade close up. But wait for A plus. This is my goal. I'll wait for MHP to hit it big. If I just scalp, this is gonna be a contract. But watching resilience move around, that's what I'm waiting to see. Flat opens, I want to see resilience at least like 40 or 50 to really trust it. Just like Friday was the same thing. Flat open means you open within 1 strike distance of the close on S&P. So 1 strike distance would be 10 points and 40 points NASDAQ. So we close pretty much 11 points. It's slightly flat-ish, but I want to see resilience very strong, like strong enough. And the fact that it's negative. This white number down here is a gap fill predictor. Now that resilience is negative, NASDAQ wants to fill the gap. This is an early warning sign. So I'm going to actually remove this and say that, look, you guys are, this is proof. Watch this, okay? Right now, we've gapped and gone and resilience is negative. We have a leading indicator that's telling us the stocks are down here. That's how good our stuff is. So I'm avoiding the long here. I got to get 100K. That's it. I'm going to get 100K and that's it. That's the goal. 100K or bust. First day. Okay. Seriousness back in play. Be very careful with this negative res right here. This is a warning sign. This is a warning sign. Now, again, scalpers, the setup is I don't teach shorting here, but scalpers could trade from here to here. If I were scalping this short, I could short from here to here. I could take a small long here, a small short from here to here and close out. This is about, what, 17 or about 50 points, 53 points. So remember, resilience went negative at 8:41, 4 minutes ago. And I have a head start that this is probably going to fall back. Let's see some MHP. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd love to see it. That'd be fantastic. Get that MHP down there. Oh my God. Oh yeah. How awesome that would be, right? Let's get 3 steps ahead of this. Now again, the stocks can start moving. How far of a move would be there? So 157 would be that kind of support area. Oh, that'd be the greatest day in the world. Now, unlike Friday, if we fall to MHP, it might fall and keep falling. So as you can see, guys, resilience, the leading indicator that it is showing me that the index is starting to pull back a little bit. I always wait on flat days, and you'll learn this in the boot camp. I always wait on flat days. When the S&P opens about 10 points and NASDAQ about 40 points, I always wait and don't chase the long breakout on the open. If resilience is less than 0 or we're flat, I usually wait and see if things develop. Let's see. Again, the index and stocks could pick up some steam at any moment in time, but it is giving me a warning that I can actually possibly get the good setup I want. The A+. The A+ is the stronger, better setup. So what I consider quote unquote a flat day is when S&P only gaps within 1 strike, SPY only gaps within 1 strike distance of the close. So SPY only moves within a point, QQQ only moves within a point. So 10 S&P, 40 NASDAQ, that's what I consider quote unquote flat-ish. And resilience is going to chop all over the place before it makes a decision. Man, that gold is looking super squeezy. I've honestly completely just, gold is completely blowing my mind. Look at that chart. Wow. Inflation, baby. People love the gold. So basically just YOLO long gold and you're going to make a fortune. Apparently, according to my sources on Twitter. My Twitter experts telling me what to do. Just long the gold, baby. Trade with me here. Feel like you got Tiger teaching you golf in real time. So resilience is a stock aggregate that looks for gap fill flux in stocks. And where resilience is negative, the stocks are filling their gap faster than they are gapping and going. So with the way that it works, if this white line is less than 0 down at the bottom of the screen, the index is trying to fill its gap. And with the market being flat, it's going to be choppy and not that defined. I hate seeing like not a strong gap up. But as you see, where S&P is sitting here, I didn't go into any of the fake out. We had a 7-8 minute head start now, and it's still trying to go lower lows. Doesn't mean it's going to do it, but it means I'm not going to take the long while it's negative from here. I'm going to be wrong from the right place if I get a shot. So down here at the bottom, when the market closes, that's the B setup. If I do want to be sort of like a maverick, I could take this back to, well, with negative res, I can scalp from here to here. But what I'm going to do is try to be the smartest person in the room, and I'll take this and say that there's a huge possibility, and I mean huge, that this fills the gap, dies out a little bit, this gets worse, and all those stocks fall to support. Which today, if you look, all the hedge pressures and everything, they're all like Apple's got a support there. So Apple's got room to fall to support. Doesn't mean it will, but that's where the bull market's going to get held up. So everything has some room to fall and still be bullish. Amazon has some room. Microsoft, sort of on the edge. Oh no, actually Microsoft is broken through. So we've lost Microsoft. Has MHP. So basically all the stocks can fall further, which can bring the index down, and then everything sort of can support at the same place. Or is today just the big fuck you crash day that we've not had in a while? Not one that just falls and V's up, but one that just falls and falls and falls and falls. That VIX finally gets realized and the market just shits all over everybody. Could this be that day? The day the market's been winding up for that day. VIX above contango midpoint literally all month without moving, and a low VVIX that's not even going to let the VIX move. Is today that day? Why is VIX not down here? This is the most confusing volatility month I've seen. VIX going up with market going up, or VIX not coming out with market going down means short squeeze. That's all that it means. So when does that squeeze get exhausted? How do you know it's a short squeeze, by the way? Curvature. Short squeezes, the moves look like this. They curve up and they go faster and they go faster. Long, like when people are longing just to buy, it usually goes like this off of news. People are buying quick and then slowing down. So if you look on like the intraday charts, all this movement is short squeeze. When shorts are getting squeezed, when markets are going up and it's not propagated by bullish momentum, VIX will stay elevated. You can see how rapidly the squeezes are. See, this is like stopping out people. So nice little, like, you know, this is the London sesh, people buying, and then all of a sudden it just squeezes out top of the day, and then it's resetting that squeeze. And here, like you can just see all day, man, every trade, you see that curvature like this? That curvature is short squeeze. So the fact that VIX is staying elevated means that there's a big downside move possible once people start taking profit. There is no bull buying that's elevating this. It's only getting elevated on squeezing the shorts. At some point, it'll likely just pop, top, and drop. I don't know which day, but sometime between now and the 14th of October, it's possible. I'm not shorting for it, but I'm not chasing longs as eagerly as I used to be. You can see that most of the movement was just kind of like, I mean, overnight, especially like last Wednesday in the daytime, sort of that same thing. It just like squeezed up and squeezed up and squeezed up. Overnight, ES just sort of like picked up some momentum like that, a little bit of curvature. People are like longing, and then London sesh, squeeze everybody. So the question is, I'm extremely bullish this market. The fact that the propagation is short squeeze means they are well overdue. Now, this gap is going to likely hold forever, so this is okay. I don't think we're going to break this. Okay, like basically we're not going to lose 96. But I'm talking to like we're overdue for a day like that. Like that. That's entirely possible. Between now and October the 14th, which is when VIX rolls over. At any point in time, the floor can fall out for a day. Randomly. I don't think today's that day, but it's very possible. And because of that, I'm not chasing these longs at the open as aggressive as I used to be. I'm kind of skipping these 1As because that VIX is sort of in a weird spot. So we're going to wait. This is going to be pay try day, so I have to entertain you guys with some funness. But as you see, with the negative res, the S&P is breaking hedge pressure and trying to pull back. And it is trying to fill its gap. So the appropriate path, when I told you guys 10 minutes ago that we have a leading indicator, as you see, that indicated that we're going to likely go to fill the gap, and that is the move there. If you guys are impressed, that's class 4 of the boot camp. We cover resilience. It's one of my favorite tools that we have. Nasdaq is doing okay. S&P is not. When this one's doing okay and this one's not, the S&P is usually the one that leads. So we're going to watch this closely today. Again, because it's choppy, it's not going to be super clean, but I kind of just sit down and like wait for it to do something. For whatever it's worth, man, today is going to be a very confusing day, I think, for a lot of people. Combination of everything is sort of just like this perfect storm of weirdness. Amount of money shorting puts is huge. Oh, I mean, you can't imagine how aggressive that's going to be. With saying crash and say it's not happening. What? I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I'm going to wait because it's like literally sitting on this weird spot for the next week. Nobody's saying market's crashing today. I'm saying it's possible between now and October the 14th. Rewind the stream. At any point in time, there can be that whole liquidity reset because there's not a lot of strong buying here. It's mostly just sold calls and the money getting chased on longs as well as shorts getting squeezed. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm saying, well, because it's possible we get some volatility, I am going to wait for a possible A+ setup. The volatility, if that happens, then I get the trade there. You know, eager bulls can just chase along and jump in right here. On this one, this is not really the trade I want to take today. But it is the good long setup if we do hold. Resilience is still negative. So you see how rapidly it's still squeezing? The market is literally testing people right now to see what's going to happen. Negative res, market squeezing. There's a lot of detachment. So things aren't necessarily lining up very well. With the structure. Told you to buy some SCS the other day. Not me, home slice. It feels very trappy today. It does, yeah. We'll see if that happens. This right here, though, this was sort of like a rescue candle here. I still don't have the long power, so I use this as a gauge on sitting out. When we teach you guys market avoidance, you will learn that resilience is a good sit out indicator to wait. Remember the other day, whenever we dipped to there and I grabbed that long and I'm at 20K day that one morning, that's resilience had me sitting out at the start too. Same exact play as the other day. And doesn't mean that it's going to sell off, but it means it's possible because of that and because it's choppy. I'm not taking the short, but I'm absolutely not going to take the long here. I don't have a strong enough power. I'd like to see this at least 40 or 50 on a flat day where I have a lot of agreements on the stocks to give me some momentum. I don't want to sit in a slow moving day. I want to trade on momentum. So we want to see resilience really strong for that momentum to be there. What's a rescue candle? What happens is they rescue candle, essentially the market's destiny is trying to fill the gap here, and to prevent that from happening, either some put sellers or somebody aggressively attacks the market to keep it above some level they don't want to go to. The example is if I sold puts here, right? And I am upside down. If the market comes down to here, then I owe essentially somebody a purchase of their stock. And therefore, I gotta buy from them, which means I gotta short now and buy or cover to them to get, you know, if I'm exercised on. So being the put seller, the market's getting close to strike. I can just aggressively long the market to try to push it out of the way so I don't strike the money. Or dealers are, you know, pricing something higher just to maintain structure, whatever. Rescue candle just means the market's trying to go somewhere, and then some kind of mysterious actor tries to lift it out of the way where it's trying to go somewhere. See how it's trying to fill the gap? And all of a sudden you get these random bull trappy looking candles here that we're too smart to chase. You cadets here. How many people in this chat chase that long? That's what I want to know. How many people are sitting out? It's not easy to trick us. We're not easily fooled here, are we? Now, res is getting slightly better. This could actually start a rally. Nasdaq at least is getting better. S&P is at least getting better. But how great it would be if today was the day that just massively crashed out. I'm talking like massively crashed, not even fell, but fell. Because okay, let me start by saying between now and the 14th of October, the market may realize a very substantial move to the downside. And I don't normally call for it. But the idea is this is the weirdest. And if you guys have gone through the boot camp, you've traded with me long enough, you understand how weird this is. We all know that you never, and I will go through years and I'll show you guys this. We never see VIX hover like this without going anywhere above triple B, never. Over the course of history, VIX and contango in a bull market decays and moves. It moves down. Every month, it goes up. It doesn't go up and stay up. When it goes up and stays up, I'm trying to find a time it ever even did that. I know I got all these lines here. Maybe here it went up, but it actually was decaying day after day. There's no VIX movement, which is weird. It's alarmingly weird. Why? Well, because we're short squeezing is the propagating part of this rally is a short squeeze. There's not... The volatility is... The VIX is sort of stuck for the rest of the month. It's finally trying to move lower, but this is just weird. Normally you would see with the momentum, VIX rapidly move down here and start to go. We haven't seen days like that yet. We've been sort of stuck above triple B for the wildest time, for the longest time. I'm kind of like not extremely eager along the market when a volatility, it's basically consider this a ticking time bomb. It doesn't mean it's going to go off, but if the market goes off, it goes off bad. Like falls, hits hedge pressure, breaks hedge pressure, keeps going, like doesn't even bounce at the A+. So I'm trying to warn you guys. Somebody earlier was like, can you stop saying that? I'm trying to warn you guys. I'm going to give you a bad juju on your trades. That there's sort of like a gas tank right here and somebody walking by with a lit match, and it's sort of sitting there like that. And I don't normally get all doomsday about the market. If the short squeeze exhausts itself, there can be that day that it falls and falls and breaks every pivot and breaks every pivot and just... Why has nobody remade the Power Glove as a computer mouse? Dude, the Power Glove was like the glitchiest, weirdest thing ever. Did you guys ever play with one? The old Nintendo? There were like 5 games that worked with it. Like the game where you grab the ball and you throw the ball. And also you could play on the little, you can like, there's a gamepad on your sleeve. I'll give you my strategy. We teach our strategy in a boot camp that literally started yesterday. It's a 20-day thing. Today we go over position sizing in a real account, position sizing in prop accounts, and how to maintain how to maintain a P&L curve. Essentially, how to create the curve you want. How to control your losses to create the curve that you want. The Power Glove sucked. Dude, that movie with Fred Savage, the Wizard. Oh God, do you guys remember that? It was like a 2-hour commercial for Super Mario 3. All the kids at the time, we were like, yeah, let's go see the Wizard. I went to some birthday party, some kid, probably in like 3rd grade or 4th grade, whatever grade I was in. And it was at the movies and we had to go see the Wizard, which was like a movie where they're taking some genius brother of his to across country so he could compete in a Super Mario Brothers 3 tournament, which hadn't been released yet. So all the kids were like, wow, Mario 3. And the whole freaking movie was like a 2-hour commercial for the freaking Power Glove. That was a horrible invention and concept to begin with. The Power Glove was just it was like, you know, Nintendo's always had that sort of interact with the TV device. The Power Glove was so wonky and weird. California. Oh yeah. The best Super Mario 3 warp. And then yeah, in the movie, they're like, he's got a warp whistle. Oh my God. And everybody was like, warp whistle, what's that? I guess that's what it was like for kids to go see the Minecraft movie these days. I swear I took my son to go see Minecraft with all his friends. There was like, I don't know, 10 of us and all the parents were there. And they were going crazy. I mean, I don't know anything about Minecraft, but they were like going nuts. Every time they do some fan service, these kids were just going crazy, like for everything they said. Like, I have no idea what a chicken jockey is. When they said that, the kids were like throwing popcorn and going crazy and screaming. I was just like, was that how I was when I saw a warp whistle in the Mario 3 movie? Who even knows? The Minecraft movie was really dumb. Yeah, it was actually really dumb. It was entertaining as far as like a Jack Black movie. It was almost like watching Kung Fu Panda all over again. The same Jack Black styling of comedy. So the gap has been filled right now. As I drew earlier, you guys, I didn't fall for the bull trap, but this is a possible support pivot. Again, too smart to jump in on this. I kind of want to avoid this a little further. I'd like to wait for the big push if I get it, but medium bull setups do start on the gap fill, which has just happened, but negative res is also sort of flagging these as resistance. But while the market is squeezing on short squeezes, don't sleep on it, because as you see, there's just a lot of people getting out of positions. I mean, it could just be like this all day. Not super tradable, and I can identify that at the start of the day. And you guys can see I'm not getting faked out. I'm waiting. This is really good. So I'm really good at identifying that. But man, it would just be so great to see some momentum. For whatever it's worth, this market is trying its hardest not to sell off. So. All right, so I got to get first place in this tournament. Should I just like YOLO short this or what? Or YOLO long this? Pick a direction for me to YOLO. I'm just kidding. There's a new Tron movie on Friday? No way. Jack Black starring Jack Black. Yeah, pretty much. Can you talk about why when VIX pushes high? VIX has everything to do with the distribution of supply and demand for SPX options. In a 30-day window, which starts at 24 days out to 37 days out. So it's 30 days plus or minus 7 days. It's options in that 2-week window, 30 days out. And they look for, like, the math is basically just looking at the value of those options, the distribution of the options, how spread apart the option strikes are. And they look at there's all these parameters that go into the VIX equation. And so essentially, if the options are distributed, like where people are buying the options and the values going up, that demand is distributed over time and over price. If the options are distributed further out in time, the VIX goes down. If the options are distributed very closer to the front end of that window, the VIX goes up. The time factor is one of them. The other is the demand, the price. So basically the price for the demand. So if the options are like, if you're buying like puts underneath the price and people are buying puts like scattered, like here, VIX is less impactful than if people are buying near the money as well. So the nearer the money where that demand is clustered and the the closer to expiration that demand is clustered, VIX goes up. It's square dependence as well. So people basically are going out and buying like 0-day insurance at the money. VIX is going to go straight up, or not 0-day, but 27 days out. So the closer to now, the quicker people are buying their insurance for the sooner in time, the closer to price, VIX goes up. That's what VIX actually does. So VIX is pushing high. It means one of two things. Either A, people are buying nearer the money options very rapidly, faster than they're buying out of the money options at the other side of that window. That tilts the seesaw, VIX goes up. Or people are literally buying it's a near expiration or near the money options faster than they're buying farther expiration out of the money options. And so VIX will tilt that way in that window. Like starting with ES is a good choice. Have it. Yeah, dude. ES is like the easiest thing compared to NASDAQ and Russell. ES is kind of like the slower, easier to handle instrument. NASDAQ is a little spastic and wild. I do not have any patience for this. Why is NASDAQ not doing what the S&P is doing? We want to see the NASDAQ lower too, and that's what I want to see. Wait for MHP to go big. That's what I'm waiting for, but Mofo is trying to rally. Watch this thing just troll everybody today. And just do this, and then do that. And then do that. I hate these short squeeze days. They're almost impossible to read. But the cool thing is that I know it's impossible to read, so I'm not trying to do anything. Not entirely tradable with momentum. I was kind of hoping this would actually fill the gap. Now let's squeeze back up to start. S&P hit that spot here and is still kind of trading inside of its gap. Some days are just going to be boring. I know. Every bear in town, so I'm waiting for this market to crash, and there's nothing selling it off. I just know when volatility is present, I'm going to personally wait to allow that volatility to manifest. I'm going to allow something to happen before I move. And the idea is that I don't like to sit on a trade for very long. Like yesterday, like sitting on a trade before it whips out and does that. I'd like to see something better than just chasing this long. But yeah, no shorting, no anything, just waiting. Nasdaq's really picking up some steam here. You guys can all see that sort of curvy short squeeze mechanic here. The hourly chart just squeezing higher and higher and higher. I like watching a 25 tick chart so I can see the order flow. You can see algorithmically this market's just like on a little path here. Yeah, this doesn't feel like it did Friday. Where Friday was like, it felt like it was going to sell really hard. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. No, not Friday. What day was that? No, it was this day, Thursday. Thursday when the market just fell to support. I was thinking that today with the negative res that we might get a day kind of like Thursday. But instead of a day that does this and does that, I'm going to be very careful today. If today is the flushy day, that if we get to MHP, resilience is not clean, it can be an MHP break. So S&P is taking a second little nosedive here. Res is now minus 24. It's actually gotten worse at half gap, so the resistance just got even stronger. second time. So when this white indicator gets worse and worse as time goes by, the resistance just became stronger. So it's like double wall now. Each time you tap it, you can compare the state of the stocks. There's fewer stocks gapping going now. This is a recipe for a big sell-off. Okay. Well, not like I'm going to doom and gloom the market for you guys, but how many people are trading this? How many people are sitting out and waiting? Gamma's still resting on the vacation. Gamma, what do you feel? S&P is getting a little nasty right now. Still waiting, trading? What do we think, y'all? Nasdaq doesn't seem to care, though. I wonder if it's AMD and NVIDIA are still looking... Is AMD still hot? Or is it cooled off yet? Oh, well, that's a big part of it. AMD is picking up a lot of steam still. Still up 5% today. NVIDIA kind of doing its kind of sympathy rally with that. NVIDIA up 2%. Yeah, that's really what's floating the NASDAQ, NVIDIA and AMD. Everything else is not moving with such aggression. Yeah. I wonder how Netflix is doing now they're getting canceled. Does Netflix stock even care that the woke America cancel culture is going at it? Actually, no, it's the conservatives that are going at Netflix. Doesn't look like Netflix's stock really... Yeah, it took a little bit of hit on that. Netflix is... Yeah, Netflix is canceled. There's a huge push on socials to cancel Netflix. Literally cancel, like cancel your subscription, yeah. They're protesting Netflix's support of basically shoving child exploitation and trans agenda in people's faces. So there's a huge conservative push to protest the shows that Netflix supports. Yeah. So the question is as a trader, I don't care about the politics. The politics can fuck off. I care about, is it going to move the stock? Because if that's going to move the stock, then, you know, I mean, it's part of the index, you know, is that going to give us some move down or up? Yeah, like trans stuff and kids shows and stuff. Yeah, that's what people are like. Netflix is trash anyways, dude. I've had a Netflix subscription that I never watch. I used to turn on Netflix to go watch like How I Met Your Mother and Friends and stuff. Like I basically would just turn it on if I needed like a feel-good show. It is the last chosen streaming service I have ever. Hulu is probably where I spend most of my time. Netflix has no good movies, no good shows, nothing. It's bad. I should just, politics side, cancel it because it sucks. Yeah. How I Met Your Mother's goated. Yeah, I don't think it's on Netflix anymore though. I think they took it off. Maybe it still is, I don't know. They just did pick up season 1 and 2 of Halo. Was Halo show any good? I never even got a chance to see it. No trades yet today. Hulu's about to, wait, where's Hulu going? Oh yeah, Black Mirror, that's true. That is the one show I do watch that's a Netflix exclusive. Black Mirror is pretty good. Wait, where's Hulu going? Okay, so check this out, right? Hello show was awful. Okay. It's just all going to become Disney going forward. Okay. So imagine this. I've got this brilliant idea for a business. Okay, ready? You know how you got a streaming service and then they have some shows and another streaming service has some shows, another streaming service has some shows, and they're all like $10 a pop. I'm going to create a super streaming service like Wolf from The Office. You remember when Ryan made Wolf? Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna make a super streaming service that you subscribe to my service for $100 a month, and then you get all the streaming services in one package. And then basically I just recreated cable, which is what we used to have. That's just cable with extra steps. Brilliant, I say, brilliant. Just pay me $100 and I'll get you all your channels that you could ever want. Mind blowing, right? Let's do it. All right, you guys, y'all want to go in on this? I'm doing a seed round. I'm raising $20 million at a 100 million valuation. So I'm going 20%. Series A funding. You guys in or what? What really irks me the most is some of these streaming services that you buy and they still got commercials, which is kind of like cable again. It's like we went full circle. You already have an app pat on the idea, pal? Damn it. Bro, that sucks. Harry's already beat us to the punch, man. What's your Venmo? I got you on $5. All right, that'll buy you like 1/1000th of a share. You're totally in. There's this, I forgot, there's is it called Pluto, the free one? I've been watching that a lot. That's actually a pretty cool streaming service. It's like 100% free. They had some pretty good like classic movies. I was watching like Step Brothers, and I think I watched Trading Places on it. And then they've got some pretty good like they've got TV stations just dedicated. I was watching Doctor Who on freaking just background noise the other day. They have a whole station dedicated to Doctor Who from like 30 years ago. And just playing in the background. Step Brothers is not classic. We're getting old, bro. Look, when you start hearing Nirvana on a classic rock radio station, times are changing. Step brother, I'm stuck. Can I help you trade? How are you stuck? We saw the market's flat. We see the market's flat. Not doing anything in this flat market. We're gonna wait. I saw you use a bicycle as a weapon. He really looked like he was gonna rape me, Mom. He had that look in his eyes. Why are you so sweaty? Oh, I was watching Cops. Can we get a dump? That would be kind of nice. From Nasdaq is not really giving us much love on that. Apollo TV is up 160 a year and you can stream everything, no joke. Really, Kevin? All right, I gotta check that out. We don't watch a lot of TV, but I like to have certain things on. Like, I'm a big sucker for the Food Network. I always, especially the holidays, it's just so nostalgic for me to have those holiday cooking shows on and stuff, and kind of reminds me of family and everything. You don't really get that with streaming services. So I was thinking about picking up some kind of regular cable or something again for the holidays. Ever watch MacGruber, the movie? Oh yeah, like a long time ago when it came out. MacGruber. Were you 10 when Nirvana Nevermind came out? I think I was 10 also when it came out. A way of trading completely disregards the price and looking at just volume. You're a high school student. Again, what's up? Could get boot camp, but really can't afford the tools. Any discount? Yeah, so if you are a high school or college student, as long as you just provide me your ID, a picture of your ID, and some kind of proof that you're enrolled in school, like a tuition bill or something, we subsidize the platform for students to make it $20 and boot camp is free. Yes, sir. Just message me Discord, man. Students do not have to pay for education. Not here. If you're getting a real education, which is your real income that you're gonna make, don't go out there and pay some guru for trading. And I'll teach you trading for free as long as you buy the tools. $20. Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, the whole point is, I have a big heart for people that are trying to do better than life. I feel like I have a responsibility in this world to support, you know, those that are trying to do something great. with their future, this world's going to shit really quick. So anybody out there trying to better their lives, I'm going to make it as easy for you as possible if you're interested in trading. I'm not going to make you have to worry about another bill you got to go work and pay off. Focus on your school, because that's the real money you're going to make to support your trading down the road. So yeah, college student, high school student, you got a job and you're going back to school to further yourself to support your family, that all qualifies. If you are going to college and taking classes, night classes also count. We'll subsidize you. I want to reward and support people furthering their education. Veterans, no. Seniors, no. Students only. This is an opportunity for young folks to make choices in their lives who don't have the ability to support themselves while they're going to school. Focus on your school, because that's an opportunity you're working on. I don't want to distract your opportunity. Seniors, vets, as much as I love and would love to, you're not qualifying for that program just because it's not a subsidized because of low income. It's subsidized to not distract you from what you should be focusing on for that particular reason. But in my heart just go out for veterans, so because I do come from a military family. But yeah. Yeah. I don't want people to like go to school, because remember when I went to school in college, I had 3 jobs. I did research. So I was working in a research lab. I was part of the team that built the diesel engine catalytic converter in 2004. I also worked as a teacher at university of Houston. I taught 2 classes and also was a manager at Domino's Pizza. And I had 2 majors, chemical engineering and biology. Imagine how hard my life was. Thank you, Adderall, for letting all of that happen. But the crazy part is I did very well in school, but I know how hard it was for me because I was also supporting my family at the same time while doing all of that. So I meet people that are like, you know, I've been working at this job for like 10 years, but I want to go back to school. I want to do something better for my family. I want to go back to school, and, you know, I'm taking some night classes and I want to learn trading as well. Any guru out there be like, well, you know, pay me $2,000. I'll totally teach you trading, bro. And that person's like going to his wife, hey, honey, I got this great opportunity. There's this guy. He drives a Lambo. He's going to teach me trading. It's going to change our lives. And she's like, okay, I trust you. I trust you. And these idiots are going to make the dumbest decision in the world, funneling the last of their money to somebody instead of paying for their fucking tuition. So if you're going to school, yeah, we're going to not make you pay us because I actually care. I'm the one person doing this that does make a fuck ton of money trading and doesn't need everybody's $100 or $1,000 in my pocket. Look where I'm just like, yeah. I've always been that way. And you know, you're gonna to your wife and say, honey, I'm gonna take night classes, and on the side I'm gonna learn trading. And I found this weirdo that's teaching me for free. She's going, wait, what's the catch? She's like, there is no catch. He's just some YouTuber and $20. And she go, well, that's affordable. Well, that's good. Well, you can focus on your school then. And you know, yeah, now I got 2 opportunities in front of me. I can learn trading, get my degree, finish that up. Tesla, BSU support right here. For me, I want to create something that nobody's created before in the trading space. A brand new method, a brand new style. As you guys know, are you impressed at least so far? When this happened and everybody, we said it's a bull trap and we're going to fill the gap, and we filled the gap. How did my leading indicator do that alerted me right here that that was going to happen? Did resilience impress you? Boot campers? How was that? I already looked at Tesla. It's bullish, Avnish. How did we do? I didn't short it, but I didn't chase the long. Are you impressed? Whose wife says that? I know, right? Probably everybody's wife will be like, you're going to learn trading, you dumb motherfucker. Like, I ain't letting you gamble our money away. Are you not entertained? Bring my early day stories and great. Please share some good books that helped you most. I liked reading, like, my favorite book that I read that helped me start thinking different was the root cause analysis book that taught me how to solve problems when I was an engineer. Outliers of Malcolm Gladwell. That was always such an inspirational book to me. What sets apart people who are great at what they do? So resilience being the leading indicator that it is, we got the signal early on. And when flat days, I just avoid flat days and I don't chase those longs because of that very reason. Now it could start rallying from here, but when res went negative exactly here on those green candles, while it's trying to press higher, you guys heard me on the stream and I said, well, that's a gap fill indicator. This could get a pretty nasty day. And then we filled the gap. Nasdaq is being a little less selly-offy. Pretty good. Yeah. So in Discord, send me a picture. Yeah, if you're a student, send me a picture of your tuition bill and an ID, like a driver's license ID, like a real ID, and a tuition bill that shows that you paid for school. If you're in high school, just show me your high school ID and your driver's license. Because if you're under 18, you're definitely in high school. So bootcamp, the platform is $20 and bootcamp is combined with that. So you can get everything. And then when you graduate, obviously, you know, feel free to pay full price. It's the honor system. We don't check, but you know, 3-4 years from now, you graduate, you get your shit together, you're making money, life is good. Feel free to buy the software outright for its full price if you want. But yeah, so I give discounts only give discounts for students instead. Students are the future. Gotta look out for people. They're the people that are gonna carry the world tomorrow. I can't burden somebody trying to learn who's in the middle of learning stuff. I appreciate the bootcamp. Jesus, you need to go to the Discord and talk to our admin Slack. So he'll hook you up. So, any good trading or market books? I'm the kind of person to tell you that trading and market books are a waste of time. I don't think there's a single market book that's going to be worth it. These books are guru books sold by losers, full of bullshit. The latest Market Wizard book is about to have a fraud who claims they made $100 million. They don't validate these people. He's going to tell you all his amazing trading strategies and sell you a $10,000 trading course. Who hid the fact that he was retired from trading and pretending he's trading all along till I called him out. Even the Market Wizard book is fucking fraud. I pressed that guy till he finally had to make a video. Well, yeah, I technically quit trading because my eyeballs hurt. Well, yeah, you didn't fucking say that in your sales pitch, brother, when you were telling people to buy your shit. They didn't know you don't trade anymore? Well, now that's what happens. See, I'm telling you, these books, dude, their books are sold by people trying to sell something too. Everybody's got something to sell. Everyone that's selling something is circle jerking someone else is selling something. Dude, all my thing is that the best way to learn trading is to watch somebody do it. Me, rewind the stream. Market's going up. I had an indicator that said, I'm not going to take it because this is a gap fill predictor. And I've got an early warning sign at 8:43 that the stocks are filling the gap. And at 8:43, the market was ticking up. And all of a sudden it filled the gap, right? Then you can say, oh, you told me that was going to happen before it happened. Do you mind teaching me that now that we've got you here live? And I can say, sure, I'm going to teach you. And you're like, wait, this is free? It's absolutely free. Then as a trader, you can assign value to that and say, wow, guy said something. It happened. He taught me for free. I even get to watch him trade it. And then anybody that trades live, watch them, especially if it's free. And that's better than any trading book. Oh my God. So much better. Somebody trading now. What about Mark Minervini? Oh, that guy's a loser too. That guy never made a dime in his life. Oh, remember that guy, the upstart guy? He was on CNBC. They're interviewing him. When Upstart, that company nobody cared about, but it was hot for like a hot minute, was like rallying. He's like, yeah, I'm really long into Upstart, and Upstart's doing well. And the guy's like, so Upstart, I'm not familiar with that. What does that do? And he goes, I'm sorry, I'm breaking up. Stupid guy should have just been like, no, I just aped into it because my fucking Discord told me to. Like, that would have been the appropriate answer if you would have asked me. I didn't know what a stock did. But look, I just aped into it like a moron. I'm long in it because everyone's long in it. Friggin' These gurus and sellers, man, they're hilarious. Any chance for some music? Oh yeah, we'll play some music a little bit. What does it do? He's like, wait, huh? What? Can't hear you. Like, he wasn't expecting people to question or asking. Yeah, so I'm in the boat to tell you that trading books are bogus. There's not anything out there that's going to reveal strategy to you that's going to work. Most of them are like feel-good books about trading. They might help you with some psychology aspects of it, but I'm going to tell you, from me to you, I promise you something. There is zero book that you're going to read that you're going to walk to the market in the next day or week and have a strategy to apply that'll immediately shape and change your game in trading. The only way you're going to learn trading is by trading, by doing it. And absorbing as much as you can from as many sources as you can. And practicing small baby steps so you find something that works for you. And then keep going with it. People that trade like me, feel free to ask me a million questions. This is free. There's no price tag to this. I'll teach you whatever I know for free. You don't have to buy anything from me, nothing. People that write books, sometimes you can't prove they can actually trade. Like in the case of the Market Wizards book, you're trusting the one guy that did his due diligence that would say, oh yeah, no, this guy can really trade. I saw his stuff. And all he does is say, yeah, I saw his stuff. He doesn't say, here's the stuff, by the way, for you to see it as well. You just got to trust his word. And well, he sells books for a living. So what's his motive? To make some money? What is he going to do? Well, I checked his broker statement. He really doesn't make 100 million. No, you just rather just say, yeah, I checked his broker statement. He's a great trader. Okay, well, what number was that? I tagged that guy and I asked him to clarify, did this guy make 100 million bucks? He never responded back. Well, clearly that's why. I mean, this is what people are like. So yeah, be careful what you read in books. Any joker can go write a book about trading, you know, but books are really good. Like anything, you know, Ray Dalio stuff is really good. You know, anybody that writes, that's like a really, like somebody that worked at, you know, big hedge funds or things like that. They're really smart and very intuitive. People like the Trading in the Zone book and stuff, and Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. I don't read any of that stuff. I don't think it applies to modern day trading. Trading is hard. Books are good for entertainment, for perspective, but you won't leave a book and say, aha, I got a good trading strategy out of this, or hey, I'm going to apply this tomorrow. To me, trading books are more for entertainment, because I don't really mess with them. Well played today. Thank you. MHP on S&P. So how did I do, at least calling out the move? So far, so good. Did I do all right? Told y'all. Told y'all. I didn't play it. I'm waiting. I didn't take these trades here. I'm waiting. Got MHP on the horizon. This could be the day that breaks MHP and the market dies. Who knows? Who freaking knows, man? I told you that VIX is just weird. And like I say, anything can happen with the VIX being the way that it is. This can be the day that just clears out everything. Let me find that impact line from way back in the day. Do y'all honestly think it's today the day? Or guys, you know, and I'm like one of the most permeable people you'll ever meet. Is today the day? That's my question. Is today the day we flush out all of this? What do y'all think? Thank you, Emma. I appreciate that. We flush out all of that. Let's hit that red line all the way over to here. You don't think so, Cal? It's hard to say. Like this, yeah, today could just rescue itself all the way back up to the top. Here's your impact on that day. 64.16. That's the target. I didn't do it back then. I was being kind of lazy on it. Is today the day that we clear all of that out? 64.16. Or nah? What do y'all think? Nasdaq's in a little better shape than the S&P though. 87.87. Maybe, maybe not. Or it's just another day like yesterday. Dips, then rips. Like I said, man, there's a lot of shuffling positions today. So the question is, do I take EST long at MHP? I guess I have to, right? Resilience, dude. And y'all gonna learn this in course 4. Dude, it's such a good indicator. Okay, I'll be right back. And today be the day that we flush. We flush all the way. MHP break, irrational market, flush to the DD bands. Oh, that'd be great. So yeah, resilience is leading indicator. I designed it myself. It's a gap fill flux aggregator that looks at all the gap fill potentials in all the stocks, and then it makes a prediction. The index is lagging behind the implied value or not, and then it goes negative when it's lagging behind the implied value. S&P's trying to push up, and the stocks are actually filling their gaps, and the S&P was pushing up, and then that deviation flagged resilience to go negative, and therefore the S&P quickly filled its gap and then kept going. Now the next step is strong long at 67.71. MHP res is good. That is an A+ setup. The day like this, man, I can only just be thankful for the tools I got, man. If I get there, I'll pop a scalp from there. It's about there. Resistance. The best setup would be from there to there. We'll see. Like, as crazy as it is, the market is trying its hardest not to crash. There is so, like, these like waves are just driving me crazy. Just get me to my target already, dang it. My stop loss right now is going to be the largest 1 minute candle size. So this is roughly still less than 10 points or 10 points below here. So roughly 61 probably be it. I just got this weird feeling about today, guys. I don't think today is going to be the day that holds MHP either. Last Thursday, MHP was an EST bounce. I'm going to tell you something. I've got the weirdest feeling about today. Now, the way the market is sort of like trying to support and it's failing, it's trying to support and fail. If this lets go, it's very possible that we get the MHP break. And that's crashing the market. So that's about a 10% chance under these current conditions that that happens. But remember, I told you guys, the smaller the probability, the more severe the move is. So I'm actually going to take the long small, though. I'm not going to hit it with like 5 contracts. I'm going to hit it very small. 10% chance of crash. It's still good enough to hold. 90% hold. It's actually A+ setup. It's one of the best setups we've got. Now the question is the trade plan that I'll take, and you guys see this is how, if y'all want to pay attention in the boot camp, I teach you this. If I were long at 72, 87 is probably the highest I'll expect to go. With all of this being flagged as resistance now, what I can do is I can scalp up into that resistance and take profit. So I look at that and I go, okay, that's about 15 points with a 10-point stop. It's a 1.5 to 1 trade. And with the weirdness of the conditions sort of failing, and normally would hit this with like 4 contracts. I might just hit it with 2, which would mean 2 contracts on 10 is a 1,000-point loss if I'm wrong. $1,500 if I'm right. Simple scalp per account. Nasdaq doesn't have anything nearby until like 74, like way down there is where Nasdaq is. Government reopens today, market crashes? Probably so, yeah. No, for whatever reason, Nasdaq is actually doing very well today. It's much better than the S&P is doing, and it's really far away from its A+. Nasdaq has that 74, and you have basically everything sort of lining up. The confluence does flag both of these as support. That's also A+ and A stacked on top of each other. Nasdaq has a lot more travel room from 74 to 184. It's 110 points with a 40 stop. That's a 2.7 to 1 trade. If it does hit this and V all the way up, that's totally fine. Normally you fall and you go like this and then it holds and then it tries to fight and it doesn't retrieve to that last consolidating area. And if it does this, then it can fall. So if we do crash, guys, it looks like this. Let me draw it easier for you to see. Typically you're falling. You see how S&P is consolidating right there? So your ICT traders will call whatever it is a gap, like it's starting to build a base right there. And if it falls to there and doesn't reclaim that area and comes back down, that's your recipe for a crash. So wherever you end up sort of consolidating before the flush, if you don't reclaim that, it's going to be enough power to flush it out and crash it. So breaking monthly hedge pressure creates a gamma squeeze, which propagates the market falling extremely fast. Yeah. Do I trade only longs? No, I trade longs and shorts. But days like this, I teach you guys, when you think it's going to fall, I taught you on the boot camp, I sit out and wait. I'm waiting, right, for something better. Instead of trying to take the short, I'm going to stay on the sidelines and analyze the long setup. Greater market is still bullish. I'm going to analyze the long setup. Is it worth taking? From here, there's no long setup. You fall in love with resilience? Is she dating anyone? Nah, resilience is single. Resilience also comes with 2 friends if you want a group package. Resilience comes in all shapes and sizes. You got a blue one, a yellow one, white one. You get 3 for the price, 3 for the price of 1. Take out 3 chicks at one time. You like variety. The yellow one, oh no, she's feisty. The blue one, kind of the calmer of the 3. The pink one? We don't have a pink one yet. The white one goes down. Wait, what? White one's going down right now. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, thank you. I didn't have a straw, thank you. I poked a hole in it with a pin, and I was just like sucking the tea out of the top of it.
That didn't work out.
Pretty good. I need some ice. I need an ice machine finally up here.
Yeah. Yeah, boo.
Looking nice there. Nice lashes, by the way.
Thank you. You guys have me for one more day.
You're leaving.
Now I'm leaving you. Do I get 2 sausages? 1. I don't know what the ratio is.
I think do we have a bag of potatoes still in the freezer? I usually cook 2 bags of potatoes and there's always a ton left over. So, maybe not a ton left, there was always some left over. Two sausages is good, and if we have a bag of potatoes, get 1 more. And then a big bag of cheese, the bigger bag. Not the smaller one, because we always run out, yeah. Yeah.
That's coming over later, so I'm asking.
Okay.
But I remember maybe later you can show me how you like wrap it again, because you're very particular about wrapping.
I'm in particular, I'm just, whenever you wrap something to put in the freezer, you're gonna wrap it nice and good so that it stays sealed.
That's all that it is, right? Just keep the edges.
Yeah, you gotta seal it up.
Oh yeah, and then tight. He's very particular about wrapping his breakfast burrito. Taco has to be tight.
Anybody that makes a burrito or a taco should be particular, and there's a science to this thing.
Okay.
When you wrap a burrito and a taco, you gotta make it nice and tight.
Okay.
And then we put them in the freezer. If you don't make them nice and tight, you're gonna get freezer burn.
That's true.
Gotta wrap it tight. Yeah. You know, you can probably Google how to make a Taco Bell. Taco Bell has a lot of employees that do like TikToking and stuff of them making the food. You could probably find how to roll a burrito Taco Bell style. The trick is you have to fold the edge, like you put the stuff in the middle, you fold the edges over, and you take the first flap, you put it over here, but then you tuck the flap under the food. You build the curve like so, 2 hands, curve it under, and then you just roll it up after that. It's like a tube at that point. Use a vacuum sealer. Wrap it in what? Saran wrap. Yeah, we like we meal prep breakfast burritos. If it ain't tight, it ain't right. Vacuum seal after it's frozen. Oh, that's way too much effort. We eat them so fast. They only last like a month or so and they're good.
Correction, he eats them so fast.
Yeah. I've been doing this for since college.
This is what I do before I leave out of town. He gets like a whole
Look at these
fridge full of food.
fucking rich people here and their vacuum sealers. What? Okay. Okay, Mr. Vanderbilt. All right, what else do you got over there? You want some caviar for your breakfast burrito too?
Caviar and your chicken nuggets.
Gosh, freaking vacuum sealer. We were a kid. We had Walmart brand saran wrap, the thin kind that stuck to itself. Actually, vacuum sealer would be kind of cool. That'd actually be pretty quick, but you have to do them individually, one at a time. Do they have like individual bags?
Oh, you big square bag and use.
Oh.
But we make like 40 at a time, so I don't think a vacuum seal bag is good. And plus, we have one of those fridges that pull from under, or freezers that you need.
Yeah.
So it can't be bulky.
Yeah, that's true. Also, they're right. You put a paper towel around it when you microwave it because it seals in the steam. It creates a little sort of like wet steam jacket for it, so it keeps it from getting soggy.
Oh.
When you microwave it. The Walmart cling wrap. Oh yeah, dude, 100%. Well, we could get a vacuum sealer at some point, but if it only did one at a time, it'd be kind of cool.
It's not necessary. You don't like to.
Somebody needs to invent a machine that, and you just drop the burrito in and it goes, and then it puts another one.
I'm sorry. That whole explanation was just noises versus words. Use your word.
Like an apparatus that stretches the thing, the saran wrap, and then you drop your burrito on it, and then it catches it, folds it, and it's just some kind of mechanical device that when you hit it, it somehow, turns some things, and then it wraps it itself. And then when the burrito lands underneath, it's like a little cage and it falls through it. And then once it's done, it reloads another saran wrap. I'm inventing something, yeah. A burrito roller wrapper thing. I have a burrito wrapper thing. I've been inspired by the dumpling things where you spin the thing and it presses the dumpling.
But that's so dumb. That's just...
Yeah. Oh, hey. Can you please shut the door, please? Oh, okay. So somebody said books. Yeah, agreed. They said, somebody said, so true, Matt, books tell you general concepts, price levels, and risk management have to be lived through. Yeah, you can learn like things about markets that you didn't actually know about through books. But as far as like trading goes, you have a very hard time picking up trading perspective from a book. You're much rather going to pick up trading just by trading. And I would say people that are trading, especially like me, if you can watch somebody trade, that's one of the better educations you can get. Even if it's a bad trader, you can watch somebody trading. And do me a favor, when you're watching somebody trading, abandon everything they're trying to convince you of and just use your eyeballs and watch for yourself. People are very good at masking, their failure. And so you can just look at somebody and go, I don't think this person's making money or whatever, and trust your own judgment more than you trust somebody's social. So watch somebody and just look at it. Is this technique they're doing consistent? Is their application consistent? Are they planning risk and reward every time? See, like we're about an hour away from my trade, and I've already said I'm going to make 1,500 if I'm right and lose 1,000 if I'm wrong. Trading it in 3 accounts, and that's it. I'm an hour away from the trade. I already have risk, reward, stop, everything already planned out, right? And so you can ask yourself, how prepared are they as a trader? How good are they explaining what they do? Another thing that I'll teach you about genius or expertise is somebody that's really talented at something that really understands their concept will be able to explain it with such elegance and simplicity that it's not overwhelming when you hear it. So their explanation should be something that's obvious and easy to understand if they're a master of their subject. People that overcomplicate their explanations is because they haven't mastered it themselves. You know, am I robotic? Oh no, my mic just went crazy. Hold on. My sound drivers are failing. What the fuck? Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let me try something really quick. Hold on. Let's see if that makes it better. Did that make it better? There we go. Now we're better. My sound software driver crashed, and I just reset the driver. I am a robot. Sit on my face. You remember Grandma's Boy, a robot guy? I remember that movie, Grandma's Boy. I love that movie. Man, he's so weird. How could he see me? He was like this. He was like this, right? How could he see me? Are you afraid of techno? No, I just don't like it. Well, you would if you had robot ears. Okay. Hey, Alex, you forgot smoking lamp. He throws the ball and smashes it. So Madam Kumai's Filipino palace. So Kumai means hands in Tagalog, I think. So it's like Madam Hands. It's like he spent all the rent money on Filipino hookers. Yeah. See you later, turn nuggets. He's playing DDR. He was like, he's like, high score. What does that mean? Did I break it? Like, what is high score? What does that mean? I used to say that to people all the time when I would win at something. I'd be like, first place. What does that mean? Did I win? Did I break it? All right, now we're hitting that A+. So you guys, remember, trading is all about planning, preparing, and also finish what I was saying earlier is that whenever you are watching somebody trade, use your own perspective. You want to see, is somebody consistent with their application? Is somebody able to explain it to you simply? Is it easy to understand what they're doing means that they've mastered it? Is their application, you can tell if somebody's just winging it or not. If somebody has a consistent approach, they're going to know what they're doing. They're going to plan for it. How well is their planning? And, you know, and the idea is does it match your timing, your style, your patience, all of that? For me, I knew probability was good that was going to fill the gap. And I could have taken the short, but I don't have a short set up. So I sat out and just waited. Now that we're here, I get to make the decision again. Do I want a long? Do I want a long here? And so the idea is that at least with me, I'm telling you what I'm gonna do before I do it. You can see on my screen, I'm not doing anything yet. And then when we get there, you'll get to see me take action. So I already know that with the way the market is today, I have a weird suspicion that this is the day that we break and crash. We've supported MHP forever, but I still have to take the trade every time statistically it's the correct trade to take. 90% of days will support MHP and hold above it. So because I have a weird suspicion of the market, anytime you feel a certain way, size down or trade smaller. I'm not going to hit this in all of my accounts today, just a handful. I'm going to probably trade it small, like 2 contracts at the most, just for a retracement trade. Bro, Hugo shorted the 75s and a halves, okay? Hugo right now, the best part about Hugo is Hugo made 40 bucks when he could have made 40,000 because he shorted for 2 points at the top. Overshoot MHP? Yeah, so right, you guys have gone through the VIX class, Shane. I can expect MHP to possibly overshoot. Now, this can be where it supports. It is definitely getting some pressure here, and it can also undershoot. I may not get the full tap. As a matter of fact, if we do get the full tap, it might actually break. I don't know what it is, but I feel like today might be the day we flush the whole thing out. Report short on the competition. Oh yeah, from the movie, they're massage therapists. Yeah, they massage your cock for money. FOMC is not tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. FOMC is not for a while. Is it tomorrow's the minutes? Minutes of meeting. So you have FOMC meeting and then minutes, the meeting, the minutes every 2 weeks. So we got the FOMC announcement is in 2 weeks. The minutes come out tomorrow. Yeah. But sharing my feeling about flushing? Why? What the hell? Why don't you want me sharing my feelings? This is group therapy for me. Sharing my feelings helps me cope. It helps me feel better when you guys listen to what I have to say. Can I use a DD number to see what's going to happen? No, DD is a confluence number. So when the stocks are bullish, it means we're going to hold bull support. Okay, so the way the rock scooter works is you can see the confluences are written next to it. So where DD applies is written right here, DD greater than half. And so what it means is that the bull zone is more likely to be support because the DD is supporting it. MHP is likely to be support because Res is supporting that too. So the confluences are written where they go. So today, DD ratio supports bull zone bottom and the bottom band. So as you see, while everything has slipped to resistance as we're falling, we don't get support until 68 and all of that. So when I told you guys about the volume pivots, right? The next volume hotspot is all down in here. So am I still number 1 in the contest? So no. So in the contest, I was up like 28K by the end of the day. And then at the next evening, I lost 5,000, and I thought it was going to basically just be like daily loss limit, but apparently it's end of the day drawdown. So I actually, the account fails when you hit that loss limit. For some reason, I don't know why Legends did this, but normally end of the day drawdown, if you have a drawdown of like 5K, and here's your 0, if you profit 5K, typically in any end of the day drawdown account, your drawdown stops at 0 and becomes a static for the rest of the account. My Funded is like that. Funded X is like that. Tradeify is like that. Every end of the day drawdown account is like that. For whatever reason, I thought I had 28K a buffer. And then if I was going to hit it hard to try to make 50K to be in first place, because everybody's YOLOing that first day. So I was like, yeah, I didn't hit it hard again. And I took a 5K loss and it's like account failed. And I was like, wait, what? I was up 23,000. So now I understand that the important part is you have to have a really big first day and make it such. So today I'm gonna have a really big first day. I reset, start over. it's 5K from your end of the day profit is. So it's not a typical end of the day drawdown account, because end of the day doesn't trail with you forever in any prop firm I've ever traded with. Have you guys ever experienced that in a prop firm? Usually you get 0, your starting point is where it trails off at. So I don't know. Here we go. Dump it. So today, I know you hate hearing me. I know On Point is like so mad at me because I keep sharing my feelings about flushing. I know, bro. I'm so sorry. I know I'm making you feel anxious. I know. Yeah, the thing is that I was pretty. I felt the stay out, and I don't feel like, honestly, man. I tell you guys, I don't feel like this day is gonna hold MHP either. I mean, I gotta take it every single time. I'm gonna take it every some of the time. I'm gonna hit it because I have to. But I know I'm probably going to take a small loss on this. So let me play it small. And I mean small. By small, I mean small. Okay. I'm going to trade it small. I feel nervous already. If I like it. All right, I'm gonna play the EST song, but I'm not gonna headbang because I'm still very worried about this day. Down, 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 down. Look at that NASDAQ. Wow. Guys, how'd I fucking do? I told you I felt it today. That nastiness. Look at her go, man. That's crazy. This is wild. All right, I got a surprise for you guys. You ready for this? 50 fucking thousand on the BDH account, full port short. Oh! 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 Oh, oh, oh. Surprise, motherfuckers! I just wanted the clip. I was gonna surprise you guys. All right, now let's try to get a long out of this. Flatten it out. Flatten it out.
Okay.
51,000 on the BDH account.
Nice.
I fucked it up last night, so I had to start over.
Oh.
But still nice.
But still nice, yeah.
That's probably top 3. All right, let's go.
Woo!
Hold on. I got to still work this one today, though. I was trying to surprise chat. I was being quiet about what I was going to do, and I want everybody to see whenever I got to the end, and I wanted to see the clip. This is going to be a great clip. Look at that.
Oh, dang.
Look at that.
Wow, look at that thing plummet. You shorted?
I never short. But the resilience went negative.
I don't know what that means, but you shorted?
Resilience went negative. These guys know.
You sharded?
Somebody was saying full port short, Matt, and I was like biting my lip. I was like, I'm going to tell them as soon as I hit MHP, I'm going to close out. So high volume pivot, you guys come into the boot camp. Look at this. This is the high volume pivot. And honestly, I feel like this is the day that I might even break this, and we're losing MHP now. And I am going to like, I got to take this every time though. All right, let's flip for some longs then. Let's add a little bit to this. Let's buy the retracement long if I can get it.
Make sure he eats chat.
Okay. I don't even know if I like this anymore. All right, so I'm going to buy the long and trade it back up to 25,129. EST every time. I'm going to get it with a smaller position, no full port here, but just to add something to it. I was wanting to surprise you. I wanted to get the clip. I want to get all your responses in chat. I wanted y'all to know what I was doing. Of course, I was fucking shorting this. You kidding? Not in my real accounts though, just in the BH account. Now I'm going to try to take the long here and see if anything comes out of it, but all right. Well, that resilience, isn't that resilience so negative? Oh, dude, I popped it. All right, let's go. All right, song submission. Let's play some songs, guys. Ooh, I think I might be close to first place now, unless other people did the same thing. We'll see. The market crashing out today. Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. All right, let's flatten that out. Look at that. Well, that's crazy. I even told you, I even felt like today was the day we're going to crash. I felt it, dude. I absolutely felt it. All right, hold on. I told you guys, I felt it. All right. I just want to hear the song just to hear it. I closed that out, by the way. Okay, so the only A plus we have is going to be right here at MHP if we reclaim it. Boy, this is going to get nuts. I told you this might be that day that flushes out and we die. All right, MHP, let's rip it. Every single time. All right. Or bar. A plus setup. Let's go. I get S&P around the right side of this. Nasdaq is looking pretty solid for the A plus. All right. Remember I told you guys about. We didn't have any consolidation though. That's crazy. Normally, here it is on S&P. Okay, so I drew this earlier. Remember I told you guys that we need to reclaim this. I know this looks very ICT-ish, but it's not. This is just consolidation. We need to reclaim for a reversal. If we don't, pulls back. Y'all. What's that leaderboard looking like now? Well, let's see what it looks like this morning. I bet you other people got this shit too, man. I bet you somebody at the 100,000. All right, so I'm in second place according to this morning's leaderboard. Now, that doesn't account for people trading this today. I think this shit's gonna keep selling off, to be honest. I don't think today's the day that the market rallies from MHP. I closed out very quick on that overshoot. Not using TA exposed. I know, right? EST. All right, so we break MHP. We go to DD band. That's another A plus setup down below. All right. What do you guys think? I'm gonna get first place now or what? I'm sitting out on this one. On BDH, I might actually take the short on the break here again. So we'll see. What's the URL for the contest? Here it is. Hold on one second. Now I'm back in the game for sure. Oh, hell yeah, dude. 100% hell yeah. There's that attempt on that retrace right there. Consolidating that NASDAQ, S&P. Got to reclaim the MHP though. Now I got it. Now I'm going to take it light. If we break MHP, I will again short it down to DD band. Like the final bit of that move. I'll trade like 2 or 3 contracts to kind of wind it down. Dude. All right. We got to hear the song. You guys know how it goes. I was going to surprise you guys. You guys know. Come on. That I can see that trade come from a mile away. I had taken my real account. I normally sit out on that to let it flush.
My name is Dave.
But just made 60K tomorrow. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you. On pivot too. If you guys taking the boot camp, high volume pivots. Remember I tell you guys about how we find volume profile pivots for the next day. There's your high volume node. You guys see that? Isn't that cool? How great hedge pressures are. This is tomorrow's point of control. Tell you, man, we've done something special here. I can only smile about it when I tell you about it. Okay, monthly res is good for the long. So basically the retrace setup, that was the good long. If somebody were to take that long there, man, I am actually S&P MHP break has flipped the market irrational. If you click this little bubble here, these little red lights will tell you that something's flagged. SPY has broken MHP to the downside. That's how you read this. Red light means on. Green light means okay. Red light means the alert is active. So SPY hedge break to the downside, UVXY hedge break to the upside. This could be flush day today, guys. It's probably going to spend some time trying to recover some of this. But this is bad. It whispered lies, Twitter told me by the dip. You know my full analysis of this. This goes to there. And then it's going to ask the question, do we retrace or not? So we got another little pop-up coming in a second, maybe a second round. But dude, whatever it is I'm feeling today is that day. And I know I told y'all today I felt it. I know On Point's going to hate me. I don't think it might save itself, but VIX is still in that weird place, man. Yeah, I could buy the dip on my... Today could just be another day that retraces the entire thing all the way back up, but today's the day we flesh the whole thing out.
I'm Dave, and I caught the dip.
When I teach you guys triple B on VIX all morning, okay, you guys are here, right? All morning I said this, right? Remember all morning I told you guys this, that triple B is a weird... The VIX is in a weird spot. We've never seen it like this. And I said anything is possible. And that's why I wait, right? I love that song, right? And I explain why my spontaneous volatility can erupt out of nowhere. I'm not going to take the tiny long chase. Resilience flagged me on an early warning sign, 842. We popped up. Oh yeah, I full ported short this shit to go all the way to there. Close out at the bottom. Now I'm deciding if I want to add to another short right here. I'm probably going to do that. Let's go ahead and short from the halfway point retrace red line right there. Just to bet on the MHP rejection. And let's have some fun with that. Just keep it small. Not in my real account. I don't like doing this kind of aggressive scalping in my real account. I like to just sort of sit out flat. I did buy the dip and close out when it didn't play out exactly what I said I was going to do, that 1.5 to 1 trade. I went ahead and closed that out. If we reclaim the spot that I say we'll reclaim, I'll get back in on it. What happens with MHP resilience is actually positive. So this is a pretty probable spot. It's very likely 90% of days should close above, 10% of days will likely pull below. This is 10% here. The reclaim, obviously you ICT traders, we call that. So anything that pops above here and supports there is a reversal to long the market. Long entry at 67.77. If we fail to this, there is no support until here. When MHP breaks, irrational signals lower the probabilities of things bouncing. So if this continues to fall from here, which it might not, but if it does, 32 is the target. This is my new target. All right. I'm going to get that plane trip to Florida, guys. That wick. But I bet you a lot of people full port shorted this thing too. Am I flat right now? No, I re-shorted with full port on the VDH account only. Right here at this green line at 120. I'm going to bet that I'm going to take the crash bet today. When S&P tapped right here, I re-shorted on NASDAQ and proxy. All right. Wish me luck.
Show me your P&L, whip it out. Show your P&L, yeah, whip it out. Let's see the P&L, whip it
Now, this is normally where I would long the market, by the way. So I'm being a little aggressive, trying to push this lower. I'm going for first place or no place. Right here. If we touch this, this is normally the long entry setup right here. So I'm going to wait right there. And I can jump back in on the long on my real accounts as soon as we break through it. Yeah, whip it out. I have my first short right here on this green pop right there. The whole time I'm talking about it's probably going to fall. Once resilience flag negative on the gap up, flat market, negative res above triple B, it's a no-brainer. It's the day the market flushes and dies. Or is this just the day? This is just another V on the way up. Honestly, you want to know my thoughts on this? If it consolidates here, that's the play. If we have MHP rejection from here, the play is all the way down to there. So kind of hold pattern right here. Hold. Wait. All right, at least retest the lows. That's what I want to see. No V shape on this. I want to see some retests of the lows there. That's all I want to see real quick. Retest of them lows, baby. And again, you guys in the boot camp, if I'm wrong from the right place. That's all that matters. If you are wrong from the right place, you are always wrong, small. Now, the sell-off has slowed down. Now the question is, are the bulls back in power here? It sounds like he says endless erection, but I think he says endless direction. Only in the BDH account. That's it. No real position now. Irrational market. I'm chilling. Look at those retests of lows, though. Just like every other day, we've V'd up, we V'd up, we V'd up, and is this the day that it doesn't? For whatever reason, I have this weird feeling about today being the day that we crash out and hit DD band at the bottom. That the real long play is going to come at 975 on NASDAQ. Maybe I'm wrong. Bye-bye, market. All right. Closing down my second short. And that was another 5,000. I can hold for further. My BH account is now 56,000 today. That was pretty solid. Okay, I'm flat. I'm gonna wait. Now I'll flip long. Now I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let it hit DD bam and overshoot and flip long. YOLO. This might put me in like second place. We'll see. I don't know when the damn leaderboard updates. We'll see though. I know half of the people out there did the same fucking trade, so it's not gonna be the easiest thing in the world. All right, I'm gonna long in one of my accounts here. Just one. Not the BDH account though. This is a scary long too, by the way. Oh, that's NASDAQ. Shit. I meant to do 2 ES. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna do 1 NASDAQ on this one. basically the same setup. What's my balance in the BDH? 106,245. Yeah. It's probably not the best spot to long from either. Maybe my suspicions are right that this is the day it crashes out, which is great. I'm just keeping it very, very, very light right now. Dump it, Matt. Am I ignoring the bulls and bottom entry? Yeah, so what typically happens is when you go irrational MHP breaks, it just plunges to fine structure. I will wait for the stronger. I need two of these to set up. I'm going to avoid that and grab these because when markets are irrational, I need the safest play I can find. This is where the real strength is right here. So. Good deal, guys. Oh yeah. But I bet you somebody in the leaderboard has 100,000 now. So they probably grabbed this trade too. Can I tell you the next lottery numbers? Same at 100% today? Not really 100% today. I lost 5,000 last night on the BDH thing before I started it over. And this one, and then today, this account is down like $1,000 or something. Yeah. Now all I got to do is trade micros. Well, not today, but I need to use this buffer to leverage further trades. This is a song. This is a song for Lance and all the gurus out there. When you watch their stream, it smells like taint. They're doo-doo. All right. Yeah, bye-bye on that one too. When does that leaderboard reset? When did it update yesterday? Wasn't it like 10 a.m., right? Because I remember in the middle of my stream, iDoc was texting me. She's like, Pat's talking about you. And I was like, what's going on? And then my phone was blowing up. Oh yeah, Tyler texted me yesterday. What time did Tyler text me? At 9:30. Oh. It updated at 10 a.m. Eastern, yeah, yesterday. All right. There's a flush, baby. At that lower DD band. God, didn't I tell y'all today? Did I not say that? I feel like today's the day we're gonna flush and break their MHP. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? I said today's probably the day it's gonna happen. I have not said that. Thank you for saying bless me. See, somebody loves me. Didn't I say that? That today would be the day that was probably gonna happen. For whatever reason, I knew that, and again, I very rarely do my fortune teller shit where I said this is the day. I'm very rarely bearish. If you guys are just tuning in, I'm known as the most permeable guy in the world. And last 2 Thursdays ago, I said the same thing. I said, I think today's gonna flush. And then that day flushed and I bought it monthly edge. And I said, today's like Thursday, except I don't think it's gonna hit it in balance. I think this is gonna be the day we break through it. All right, guys. I'm gonna avoid the bull zone because MHP break has made things irrational. I'm gonna wait for something better. All right, you want to listen to some of the new songs? We have Waiting for Something to Crash in a Creed grunge sound.
I wake up when the bell rings. Same chair, same wall, same everything. The dog's already at my feet. 3 cats scattered on the floor. I don't remember what I'm waiting for. Oh, the numbers start to move. Yeah, I'm staring like I've got something to prove. I'm waiting for something to crash. Waiting for something to crash. Red lights fire. Green
All right, what do y'all think? I'm gonna get first place on BDH today or what?
I'm just waiting for something to crash. Waiting for something to crash. No one sleeps across my lap while I'm watching for.
So I drew this about an hour or 30 minutes ago. Remember I do that? Here. I was looking for something like this, and if we consolidated lower, then it fills the flush. On any further low, consolidation completes the flush. Well, number one is 60K, but gotta imagine some people will lose and some people will have won today too. So somebody 60K probably up 100K now. Right, Jorge, if I were to build a position like I normally do, is the 40-point Nasdaq, 10-point stop loss from the first small contract? No, from the final entry on the whole trade. An example is if I were going to take both entries at bull zone bottom and bear zone top. These are both good long entries. If I were to long here and here, my stop is 10 points off of that. And I adjust, this is a smaller position, and that's a bigger position. And the overall cost basis is here. I drop it 10 points off of the last entry. Yeah, or 40 points. And I was like, yeah. Oh, shoot, it's giveaway time, huh? Hold up.
I'm waiting for something to crash. Waiting for something to crash.
What do we got for you guys today in the giveaway pool of stuff to give away?
Waiting for something. I'm the whole thing fall apart. I wanna feel my fucking heart. These animals are all I've got. That's warm and breathing in this spot. Losing it. I know.
How about some TPT accounts today?
Maybe that's the only.
I think I said my funded in my announcement. Let's do some TPT accounts. I love take profit. Let's give away 4 50K test accounts. How about that? Dude, this is very impressive today. I literally drew this whole thing. I'm kind of impressed with myself today.
At least there's something living here. At least there's something living here.
If we overshoot DD band and then reclaim DD, I'm gonna grab the long at DD. So 975 is the target to the low side. which just means whatever lead that I sustain, I can't lose 5K off the top. That's the new trick. Remember, when you play these contests, you got to play the contest rules. You can't just go out there and trade well. You got to wait and do the right thing. And if you guys want a chance to lead, just find a day where you know it's going to move a lot and then reset and start over and get all your gains in the first day. That's it. That's how you beat. See, a contest, you have to be smart to win the contest. You can't just trade well. You got to be smart and play the rules. And this is the rules. I'm going to get first place, maybe so, or maybe at least top 10. I'll be happy with top 10. Let's flush it. 975, baby. I'm going to flip this long. I'm going to let it overshoot first.
Well, howdy there, Matt. The chat's stampeding, the prop firms are posting. And the whole dang internet's asking the same old thing. Where's my funded loot, partner?
Yeah! Time for giveaway!
Woke up late, but I grabbed my hat. Logged on quick like a gunslinging cat. Type Tradeify with a finger snap. Now I'm sitting here waiting on Matt's recap. It's giveaway bonanza, the loot runs deep. More counts than a banker could ever keep. Pickles barking, eye doc smiling. Matt spinning that wheel with a face beguiling. Chad's going wild, Mod's losing control, but I ain't leaving till I strike that goal. Where's my funded loot partner?
Isaac Adams, 01.
Just one. Giveaway's done, but we still keep shouting. Futures desk like there's no doubting. Matt throws his hat.
Look, ain't nobody got a YOLO harder than me, okay?
I ain't spinning till I chew my ice cube.
You see I'm YOLO contest here.
Jalapeno heat with that icy stare. I not cooking like she wants to boast. Like she wanted to live forever off green juice and avocado toast. Where's my funded loot partner? This chat's gone rogue like a cattle starter. ESG trade hit, but I'm still ghost. All I really want is that funded avocado toast. Where's my funded loot partner? Whole streams hotter than a desert border. Matt says no, but we still post. Tradeify, MFFU, coast to coast. Showed my P&L, got banned real fast. Guess the law says truth don't always last. Humble trader said it's against the code, but I'd flash it again just to lighten my load. 10 days straight, not a single win. Yet I'm still here grinning chin to chin. This gold rush game's got me feeling used, but I ain't quitting till I get my dues. That's it, no more giveaways. Y'all type Tradeify after I done said it was over. I'm taking pickle and riding into the sunset.
Matt, your green juice is ready.
Where's my funded loot partner?
Rico, next winner. All right. Now just waiting. A plus is all done in here. And the question is, do I flip and full part long? Well, on the reclaim of MHP, I could. Do I want to push for 100K and risk blowing the whole thing up? Where's my funded loot partner? Do I want to take this with some long? What's my goal? First place or top 10? What do I want to do? First place, I need to get an equally good trade, and it has to be today. Winner number 2, Rico. Good job. Good job. All right. Where's my funded loot partner? Dude, you guys are so meta with the freaking songwriting contest. Hold on, let me explain something to you. We do a songwriting contest like every couple of 2 times a year now. It's like a huge thing we do. We just finished the last one. There's a song submission channel in the Discord, and what you can do is you can submit AI songs as much as you can. It's become such a meta thing. There's already a song about Robot Matt voice. So, like, you guys write songs in real time. It feels like Mark Now, FX, winner number 3, TPT 50K account.
And make the babies cry for a fella cursed, it seemed. A broken circuit in his
One more.
dream. Oh, rocket scooter Matt with his digital despair. The voice of a robot with circuits in the air.
You have 31, pray for wisdom. Oh, heck yeah. Dude, the YOLO competition is fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun just to have fun with this. Who can it's like, it's not just who can YOLO the hardest, but it's who can YOLO the hardest on the first day and then do moderately well the remaining days without blowing up.
A tragic episode. Oh, rocket scooter Matt with his digital despair. A voice of a robot with circuits in the air. Was it a long or a short?
All right.
That caused the strange disease?
Helpful. All right, the 4 of you have just won 50K TPT accounts. So we give away accounts all day, every day, morning stream, afternoon stream.
He full port shorted the NQ screen. Now he sits and waits for the candles to turn green, my dear.
Untitled video feature share for 20. All right, Mark Now. Rico.
A rocket scooter Matt with his digital despair. A voice of a robot with circuits in the air. Was it a long or a
The 4 of you, Isaac, Rico, Mark, and Helpful, go to my Discord. Link is in the description below. Go to the contest channel, message an admin. His name is Slacks. Send him a message. In the contest channel in my Discord, let him know you won the giveaway for TPT. Take a screenshot of your YouTube ID from inside your account. That way we know that it's you. You're going to show him that screenshot. You're also going to sign up for TPT already or have an account with TPT already. Give him that email address, and what we'll do is we'll assign the credits to your account. Then you're going to go ahead and go buy a 50K test account and then just pay with the credits. That's how it works at TPT. He'll give you a link to click and everything. Did I grab longs down there? No, not yet. Only in this account right here a little bit. And it took 2 small losses and I'm out. So I'm going to chill. I haven't been doing much trading in my bigger accounts at all. Nothing. Nothing yet. Do I want to grab the long down here at lower DD band and the overshoot? Yes. So I'm going to let it overshoot a little bit. Dude, I totally knew that today was going to be the flush day. And now, don't ask me how I knew. I just felt it. And today was going to break DD and hit MHP and plow right through it. That's all that I said. And I said the whole thing this morning. I was like, today's going to be the day we break MHP. How often do you guys hear me say that? Like, how often? Yeah, I have the 50K buffer, the 60K buffer right now is what I've got. I'm only focusing on BDH in this entire thing right now. I'm going to go ahead and just do BDH on this day. Where's my funded loot partner? So now what I'm going to let happen is I'm going to let D band break and then grab it all down in here to trade it right back up to there. EST liquidity pocket. These are two A pluses all stacking on top of each other. Let me make it bigger. Where's my funded loot partner? I'm going to trade it small-ish. I'm going to grab 2, and at 940, grab the other 16. I'll grab the other 16. 6 or whatever. I'm 60 total. Along with both hands at 25. All right. The problem is a NASDAQ isn't the control point S&P is. So S&P needs to go all the way to DD band. S&P has 17 points to go. On NASDAQ, that's another 70 points from here. So that could be all the way down to like 920. Oh, geez. Where's my funded loot partner? When MHP is broken and your irrational signals have flagged up. So Mark Lees, the bootcamp teaches how to trade in general off of any volume pivots that you use, whether they're ours or any other volume pivot system. How do you qualify for giveaways? You just have to be here and stream. That's it. All right, so this can go all the way down about 940 today.
It's fab, it's gear, it's absolutely smashing. Smart money secrets, no longer stashing. Rocket scooter makes trading far out, man. Wah-wah guitars, there's nothing like it, yeah.
So 49 to 32 is a 17-point drop.
Rick knows the knowledge gives you power.
That's 70 points on NASDAQ equivalent. So that's about actually closer to 920 actually on 940. Damn, that's a lot of overshoot. So NASDAQ will hit the bottom right about 920. When S&P hits here, NASDAQ will overshoot the 920.
It's fab, it's gear, it's absolutely smashing. Smart money secrets, no longer stashing. Rocket scooter makes trading far out, man.
Yeah, so the red lines for today, did I already drew them? I drew them right. Let me go real quick. Hold on. Good question. They're really far. 780. $67.14. Holy crap. That's some big downs. What I said? 718? Yeah, this is gonna flush. This ain't bouncing here, guys. It's gonna flush them here further. Although it's EST on irrational, I'm going to choose to every sometime this. I'm going to let it pull back further. Overshoot at least. This is the best support here. This is what I want to see my target. 732. PD ratio is a risk interval band. It's based on margin requirements. It's one of the strongest pivots we've got. Market structure is maintained here. So any volatility structure is going to be maintained here. If the market falls through here, you're going to see a massive volume spike at this green line, and it might overshoot. And when it reclaims, that's the trade. That's the bigger hook trade on big crashes like this. We let the band connect normally. I don't think this is done selling at all. And I'm going to be very careful, and I'm going to let it overshoot. Definitely let it overshoot. Oh, dude, check this out. Look at this one. I like how the rocket is like aiming at my chest. That's the best kind of rocket scooter right here. This is like Fallout style rocket scooter. Me riding around the swamps with my banjo on my back.
Sat there watching, heart locked tight. Signal was flashing, but I froze on side. Price took off like a runaway train. Left me behind with nothing but shame. Had the shot, but I let it slip. Fear in my veins, no strength in my grip. No guts, no glory. That's my story. Watch that rocket run clean over me. Boots nailed down while the price rolled free. That's my story. No guts. No glory.
Why is 920 significant? 920 is where NASDAQ intersects at the same place S&P does. When S&P connects to C732, it's about the same spot. I just did the math in my head. S&P, the guiding pivot is from here, so NASDAQ will overshoot to about 920. I think I'm going to avoid taking these first trades here. I'm gonna let it final overshoot flush and I'll take it. I take liquidity pocket every single time. As you see, it is still getting some selling pressure here. Thinking further flush. Well, yeah, S&P has to contact with something. Remember, I don't long from the wrong place. I wait for the right place. Here and here. Now it's no longer A plus because we're irrational now, so I'm gonna write A minuses there. Small trades only on MHP break. Resilience at the bottom of my screen, Trader John. Does the software plot everything automatically, Robbie? It's 100% automated. The words support, resistance, all the words, all the lines, it's all... The algo does everything, yeah. Nasdaq's starting to relax a little bit at the pocket. Oh yeah. Here's the new Shake It song. No, I know that's the... You made a new Shake It song, didn't you? Con, I got this one for you, bud. No, wait, we already heard that one too. Hold on. We already heard that one. Khan made a new one. I don't want to do this. I need to get one more solid trade of equal distance. I just need to wait for the full flush. Oh shoot, it's already almost 11. I gotta go to my funded in a little bit. Dude, resilience by far is my favorite indicator that ever exists. If y'all had any doubts before, what do you think about after you saw today, right? Resilience, leading indicator, gap fill. We filled the gap, caused a chain reaction, market plunged. There's a nice sketch on that liquidity pocket there. Oh, a new Wish Fan song. Hell yeah. Like it, man. All right. And the 920 would have been equivalent where that overshoot is. That's where I want to see at least today bottom out at. But hey, it looks like it's bottoming a little earlier. This is a good sign. This is a really good sign. If there's a reclaim here, then it's back up. But I don't know. S&P needs to bounce off of something. I'm gonna bet on the lower target. You're beginner at trading. What are the steps to be profitable at this? Well, you got to dive in, and you know, a lot of people start with trader funding programs and stuff. That's how a lot of people get started. I'll be right back. Hold on. Practice. learn trading, you know, get somebody to mentor you or watch somebody trade and kind of get into it, feeling it out that way. And then just, you know, practice. Trader funding programs are an inexpensive way to practice. We have a bunch of partners. You see them on the screen. ETF, Tradeify, Funded Next. And they're places for people to practice for like very inexpensive for a chance to get funded. Beginners is a great place. That way you're not and you know, trading is obviously very risky. You know, capital, you can lose everything you have. So, you know, people kind of tend to start out not knowing that risk. And I like to let people know at the door that that could be risky when you trade. And so trader funding programs are like limited risk because it's a fixed cost. And start with paper trading to practice. Yeah. Do we get an LP second time? That'd be great. If the universe wants me to win this contest, the universe will give me this, this, and then that. I'll get 100K. If we go from here to there to there, I'll get 100K. If not, then I just flat out at 60, which is fine. Yeah, true. Trader funding programs only cost time and a little bit of money, and time is your most valuable asset. Yeah, you can view the boot camp. The videos are already pre-recorded. Yesterday's like an intro class. Today is like where the boot camp like really starts. Chandra, thank you, man. Appreciate it, dude. Damn, there goes that flush again. Damn. Damn. $24,990 support. I'm waiting for S&P to guide the trade to support. Nasdaq did have liquidity pockets. I did contemplate, but I'm allowing S&P to connect before I do anything in Nasdaq. Yeah, I mean, so right here, right, I could have taken an LP long. Irrational had me sized down. S&P not connecting with its pivot, and S&P leading the pack. I decided to talk it down to a 0 and not take it. I could have taken it though. Why not just get short if I'm expecting a flush? It's the tail end of it. I'm not really. That's true. I don't know. I kind of want to like lock in what I have and wait. I don't want to over trade inside of this congested area. I want to wait it out and see. Yeah. Somebody said, so I look at divergences. I don't look at divergences. I trade off. So Mark Hughes, the bear zone and bull zone are based off of options landscape. So that's market maker options exposure areas. This little area from here to here is a trade I take every single time if the market's rational. If you look on here, it's called a liquidity pocket off to the left. I'll trade from light gray to dark gray pretty much every time. It's normally a normal trade, but with the fact that we've sort of have some irrational flags, I've kind of talked myself out of trying to trade inside of this. The strongest pivots are here on NASDAQ, but S&P also is kind of like has to bottom out itself. I'm gonna give some room for S&P to bottom first. And I don't know how far NASDAQ's gonna go. That's the other thing. Yeah. I don't use any technical analysis, no divergence or anything. I'm looking at purely volume pivots and confluence. How many trades do I do a day? Somewhere usually about 1 or 2 a day at minimum, and then upwards of like 5 to 10. Like some days I'll get that many. Normally a handful, like 2 is normal. 2 to 3 is pretty normal. I don't really go too much further. And most of my trades are like, 15 minutes long, give or take. And I wait. I wait for my setup and I take it. I don't try to over scalp or over trade. I'm on a huge win streak. I haven't had a losing day since the first week of September. And you guys have been tuning into the stream. I've been like lucky day after day after day after day. I've been pretty lucky. The market just going the direction. Do I make use of order flow footprint? I don't use order flow footprint charts. No. Some people here do, but I keep mine very simple. I trade off of pivots, support resistance. I have stop losses. That's basically it. But our pivots are different because they're based off of market maker options. We're the only people in the world that has a style like this. We read the options market and then we create our pivots off of that. Where options exposure is. Options can provide information about where volume can be. Somebody says, can you trade using Rocket Scooter software in your trader funding programs? A lot of people can use any kind of system or style to trade, and I'm doing that on my screen. I'm actually live trading my trader funding programs in this BDH competition account, and my platform is on the left side of the screen. Yeah. NASDAQ is moving 1-to-1 with ES today as future skinny. Yeah, 100%. He's 100% right. That's why I'm letting S&P finally flush to its destination, which is going to let NASDAQ overshoot. So where can you understand and learn what our levels mean? We have a boot camp that we're teaching, and you can come today. Here's the link to it. And our boot camp is a 20-day sesh. It's at market close, and we go over it in full detail. It's $1 a class, so it's like the most inexpensive class you'll ever take. Oh, where's my P&L? Oh, my bad. I didn't do much trading today. I only did some trading overnight, so I didn't do much today. But here are the results. My bad, y'all. Thanks for reminding me. I got so carried away focusing on this damn market crash. I forgot to give you guys the goods. Sometimes I forget. Y'all are awesome by letting me know. So the only couple accounts that I tried to trade on stream, just with the 2 accounts, they went red. Everything else was green or flat. My bad, y'all. I forget. It's funny, like people, like when somebody doesn't post their P&L, you think they're hiding something. I accidentally hid the fact I'm almost up 100. I bet y'all. I gotta remind me. Kind of small today. It could be bigger. That's true. When people aren't showing their P&L, they're hiding something. I was hiding a big win, I guess. Forgot about that. More like volume profile. So the difference is we can predict volume profile a day in advance. This is the cool part about Rocket Scooter. Our goal is to find volume before it happens. An example, tomorrow, right? Let me delete all this really quick. So tomorrow, right? You will look at a volume. Actually, let's just load it up right now. I did this in the boot camp. It's very impressive to do it like this. Let me do volume profile. Let's add a volume profile on S&P futures. And we're going to make it to the tick size chart. We'll do a 1-day volume profile today. So essentially tomorrow, you'll be using today's S&P volume profile tomorrow, right? Your volume profile trader. And tomorrow, you're going to see volume appear. Point of control today is 67.79. So tomorrow, you're going to be using these high volume nodes to trade with tomorrow. 67.79 developed with all the volume that accumulated here. But at 9:30, monthly hedge pressure was right here. And all of that volume is here. I gave you the high volume node before the trading day even started for the volume profile people are going to use tomorrow. Yeah. So you can use options. So what we do is we find options that belong to hedging loops for market makers. An example is if a dealer were to long, or you were to long stock and dealer were to short with you, short against you and then buy calls, we would look for that relationship. The calls will be delta hedged. You can calculate how much volume those calls will be representing, how much volume in the underlying. As price moves, you can calculate how many longs and shorts are going to come out of all options when you can isolate dealer. And when you can isolate dealer options, then you can find out where long and short landscape is going to be. Very easy. Here's the proof of the pudding. I draw a level based on gamma exposure. So this is the sum of all market maker options gamma exposure. The gamma is positive on net and negative there at this breakpoint. What that means is above here, there's more long than short hedging to neutralize options. These are sold options by the dealers of the options themselves. There's more shorting than longing here. So the interface is where a lot of volume will be. The fact that volume spikes exactly here is proof that we know what we're talking about, because I gave you this level at 9:30 in the morning here before anything happened. I told you there's going to be volume here. And then 5 hours later, you see that the point of control is exactly there. So tomorrow, people will be using this point of control to trade with because of today's volume. You had tomorrow's point of control today before the day even traded. See, we're mathematicians here. We're a little different than the average trader. Why use lag indicators that are a day or two old? Why not use options to forecast tomorrow's volume profile? That's what makes us different. Rocket Scooter is a nod to my engineering background. I'm obviously, very proud of building things from scratch that are different. Does that make sense? Matthew says it makes sense. This makes sense to you guys, right? So you can use options to calculate where volume will be. If I sold you 100 calls at this strike, if price were moving through that strike, you're going to be buying shares per call. Let's say I sold you let's just say one call to make the math easier. There's 100 shares worth of risk there. Delta is going to be changing as price moves through that strike zone. So delta will be 10, and I'm going to multiply by the number of shares. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It congests right in the middle, 70, 80, and 90. So as price is moving through an option that strikes in the money here, the dealer that sold the option, or me, if I'm in that example, I'm going to buy 10 shares, 20 shares, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm going to do most of my buying here when the gamma is maximized as the most delta happens. I'm going to apply roughly like 50 shares of volume per contract right around the middle. And when you sum up all options and balance them all for right now, for today, for all options that expire everywhere, and this is monthly hedge pressure, this is your strongest one. The net gamma exposure, this is longing when somebody sells calls. The opposite is true when shorting, when somebody sells puts. And the balancing act of all of that tells you the max amount of dealer exposure risk takes place here, and the max amount of delta hedging is maximized. The orange line is max delta hedging. So if delta hedging is maximized, volume, that means volume is maximized. More delta hedging means more volume is accumulated in that area on average. So that becomes, when you pass through monthly hedge pressure and break, the market's irrational and likely to sell off and crash. That's why right now I'm not buying the dip, because the algo has flagged the idea that we're now in a gamma flip, which goes from gamma positive to negative. And now you're having that gamma exposure create irrational, chaotic volume as a result of the flip. Yeah. I might think I'm just a goofy guy that wears a headband, but deep down underneath the theatrics, I'm a very accomplished mathematician in life. And we decided to build tools that made more sense and gave traders more of an advantage than the bullshit that's been out there for a while. So we basically pioneered the gamma exposure field in the retail side, but we've taken it a step further because our backend can actually filter all the options that come through. And we take that information and we extract just where we think dealer positions are. And this is dealer gamma exposure, not just gamma exposure, it's dealer gamma exposure. The only people have a model for dealers. And therefore we convert it to futures pivots, and then the rest is history. When you touch monthly hedge pressure, the proof that I know what I'm talking about is this orange line is drawn at 9:30 in the morning. Exactly when you touch it, there's the volume spike. And here's me dropping the mic. But yeah, we did an absolute fantastic thing. That's the break point of the market. And I give you that number before the market even starts. Did VV ever tuck back under VIX and indicate warnings for the coming month? Yeah, that's right, future. You nailed it. That was my speech this morning, that VIX hovering here means the market can have spontaneous volatility. And if you go to the beginning of the stream, I said, sometime between now and October 14th, this market's going to flush. And it'd be kind of cool if it was today. But this is weird to see the VIX hold up like this and not decay, like normal months when you're rolling into a new contract in contango. Normally this decays. And we've been holding this level. So it's alarming is the first thing I said. This is alarming that VIX is not pulling back. And I said VVIX is also very low. So VIX is not, it's stuck here. VVIX isn't even above 100. So VIX is barely going to move. So I said, it's weird that we're stuck. And I said, the market's been propagating on short squeeze. At some point, it's going to flush and flush hard. And I go, wouldn't it be crazy if today's the day we hit MHP and broke through it and kept selling? And I said that earlier, and the market looked like it was going to rally. And then we got resilience flip negative there. And I was like, oh, Res went from positive 20 to -6. Resilience. The white line is a gap flux predictor. It's an aggregate of stock gap fills. And it looks at the S&P relative to its implied value based on the gap fill calculations of the components inside the index. Essentially, if this white line is negative, we fill the gap. We gapped up, we fill the gap, and that's when I full port shorted that contest account. And I was like, nope, these are bull traps. And we saw on the screen, we're going, nope, these are bull traps. And the market flushed out. Pretty solid. So in our definition of how we do our exposure, if the net GEX is negative by a lot, does that mean that the market makers should be selling? It means that if everybody right now were to hedge their options to neutral, and you put the shorts and the longs on a seesaw, there would be more shorts than longs. That's all negative gamma exposure means. There's gonna be more shorting volume than longing volume. So the pressure on a gamma flip, where there's more longing volume than shorting volume, is now more shorting volume than longing volume. You can see the moment you press through monthly hedge pressure, you flipped. And how you know what a gamma flip is? Because look at the volume on the left side and the right side of the flip. This is how I'm telling you that we're an expert in this field, because it's the same every time it happens. Here, there's more long volume than short volume. A nice, clean, easy volume profile that just sort of like, or a volume distribution that's kind of normal. The minute you break through monthly hedge pressure, does everybody see that the volume spikes and is now chaotic and all over the place? Do y'all see the difference, everybody here? And the boot camp is just like this, left and right side. Do you see the difference here? Does everybody see that volume chaotic, this volume nice and clean? Yes, yes. All right. This is what a gamma flip looks like on the chart, when now people are forced to chase the short and puts got thrown in the money. So this is a bunch of forced sellers jumping in, and you see that volume get all crazy the moment you hit through the break point. And promise you, if you stick around long enough, this is repeatable. Every time this happens, it looks the same, and the bootcamp covers all of that. But we feel that gamma exposure and options mapping is the future for retail traders. It boils everything down simply. Here's a pivot, here's a pivot, here's a pivot, there's where volume is. If I'm going to trade only at the right places where volume will be, and that's it. Yeah, so the final, like, essentially structure point for me is the fast move off of the screen. This is going to be sort of slow consolidating move. This little area is called a liquidity pocket, which is kind of stable. That's why it's sort of stabilizing in the middle. But I'm going to wait like another hour just to see if we get the flush. And speaking of waiting, I have to go. If you guys didn't know, I am the host of My Funded TV, My Funded Futures. If you guys are fans of My Funded Futures, I got to head on over there. But I'll be here streaming in the afternoon. But I invite you guys to all tune in.
Exactly.
And give me your support over here. I got an hour-long segment, then I come back over here. Max Payne is $9.75 for today, as Marcus said. That's great. That's exactly kind of what I was, our lower DD band. This is actually, the green line is a function of margin requirements. Again, all of our stuff is clever and different. My funded stream is in like 5 minutes. So everybody go to this link. I'll be live there. I think we're gonna do like a 10 or 20 account giveaway today. I'll be there in like 5 minutes. That's impressive, but you start being dependent on Roxy forever. Well, I mean, any kind of tool set that you use, it's up to you to decide if it's worth your time or not. You know, this is extra information that goes with any trading style. Liquidity pocket is the strongest support we have. As you see, the algo is flagging this all as support right now, and it is starting to support. I like to trade off of this a lot. The idea is pretend that you're a momentum trader or whatever. It's useful to have a little bit extra information, then grab it, you know. What was the MHP on the NQ to start the day? It's the same, it doesn't move. So the MHP is the same. It's calculated at 9:30 and it doesn't move. So at 9:30, it was this. Yes, sir. How is it holding in between the lines? It's long for not dropping further. Liquidity pocket. This is actually the most liquid spot on the entire map. This is where the bulls actually will be. Bulls. As it indicates by support. Normally, I will long this every single time. But today I chose not to because we broke MHP. But this is, I play a song called every single time because I long this. This is my bread and butter setup. This little scalp here works 90% of the time. Yeah. Live lesson today. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Do I like spot gamma? Yeah, well, spot gamma is like a baby version of what we're doing. Like, spot gamma is in the same ballpark, but it's not actionable. It just gives you information about exposure level information, like all kinds of Greek exposure, but spot gamma doesn't have the ability to do what we do because we isolate and to create volume pivots out of it. They don't do any dealer modeling. Nobody does. Spot gamma is a clone of all the other 10 things out there. They do the same thing. They'll give you like gamma exposure in the form of this noisy histogram or like a wavy line at the bottom of your chart, but we draw a level on the chart because we isolated dealers. We have this massive infrastructure that reads the options market in real time. It does that. Spot gamma is great though, otherwise, if you care to sift through mountains of data, which most people don't. Ours is like orange line. Here's the pivot. Here's the volume. That's where I'm trading from. Yeah, spot gamma is expensive and not actionable. You really just, unless you're like a math nerd that wants all that data, spot gamma is not going to be like, here's a pivot long from here. It's not going to be like, here, you can make a trade plan with this. It's just like confluence information so you can make real-time assessments out of it. But we took it all a step further. Yeah. I gotta go, guys. Join me in My Funded TV. Our boot camp is here, and our class, like I said, we have a really extensive day trading course. It only costs $20 to do it, so I don't even charge like $10,000 for my mentorship. It's $1 a class. You're gonna leave a tip in the tip jar, and that's it. All right, I'm out of here, guys. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Join me on My Funded TV, guys. Thanks for tuning in, friends.
Market spinning in chaos.
Everybody go here. And they usually do like 10 or 20 giveaway accounts right at the start. And I'll be back in an hour. Bowman says, having trouble being profitable using Rocket Scooter. Profitability has nothing to do with the tool set. It has everything to do with the trader. You know, it takes a while for people to become profitable if it ever happens. So you just have to keep paying your dues and learning the game. Don't be discouraged. It took me like 3 to 5 years to start to feel like I was profitable. And it took me 5 years to decide to do trading full time.
I think